time for your Game of the Week, brought to you by Eagle Communications and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. And now with your pregame and play-by-play, here's Tyler Henry.
It's a picturesque evening for the official kickoff of the 2024 high school football season, and we couldn't have asked for a better game to open our Salina Post Game of the Week as Salina South and Salina Central get set to do battle in the 55th annual Mayor's Cup matchup here at Salina Stadium. Hey everyone, and welcome in on the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff show. Tyler Henry, joined by Brooks Garrettson. So glad you could join us for this rivalry tilt in Week 1 under the Friday night lights. On the heels of a 7-3 campaign, Salina Central will be in search of their fourth straight victory over their crosstown rivals from South, while the Cougars, now led by new head coach Christian Ozores, look for a statement win to snap a losing streak that dates back to the 2021 season. Coming up on the pregame show, we'll hear from both head coaches, get you starting lineups, and have you back to Salina Stadium in time for kickoff. All that and more is next on the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff, and you're watching. It's on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, brought to you this week by friends at Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Welcome back in here on the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff show. It's our Game of the Week, and we're joined now by head coach Christian Ozores of your Salina South Cougars. Coach, first and foremost, thank you so much for taking some time and coming on the pregame show today.
Well, thank you for letting me come and talk about our program a little bit.
Before we get into what is obviously a huge matchup to start your season, this is your first year leading the Cougars. I know everything moves pretty fast from the time you get hired to game one, but do you feel like you and your family have had a chance to kind of get settled into the Salina community ahead of the season?
Yeah, definitely. We got, I got hired early on, late January, and so we were able to buy a house and get stuff moved over pretty early back in April, and so we feel like we're very ahead of the game when it comes to that, and we feel very comfortable so far in Salina.
Despite the results of the last few seasons, there seems to be just a new buzz around Salina South football in this community. Is that enthusiasm something that you've kind of felt and seen since arriving on the scene?
Yeah, I think the kids are excited, just for something a little bit different, and I think the community is as well. We tried, getting the community involved. We had really good middle school weight room numbers this summer. There was times where we had 90 boys in there at a time, and so getting those younger kids just involved in the program has been a big step for us.
I know one of the interesting things about high school sports, again, you play with the kids in your district, you bring back a lot of people year in, year out, but you and I talked a little bit last week or earlier this week about the work that these kids have put in. It sounds like you had a great summer in the weight room. How impressed have you been just with the dedication you've seen out of the guys?
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of work. What we do is not easy. We demand that of the kids of, being there in the summertime. Kids are picking up kids, and, coaches are calling kids, their position group if they're not there. So it's a total team effort. And we did have a pretty good summer. There's always room for, obviously, good improvement, but we work really hard, and, we take pride in that.
Coaching is obviously, a huge part of a team's success, but at the same time, I know on-field leadership is important too. And again, a lot of those guys come back from last year, guys like Landon Putnam, but, how do you feel about just the on-field leadership of some of the guys that'll be suiting up on Friday night?
Yeah, that's something that has definitely improved over, the springtime and summer, and then now into the fall. We don't have a lot of seniors on the team, but the guys that we do have, those guys do lead by example, and a lot of those guys are vocal leaders as well. We're going to have some juniors and some sophomores that are also going to have to step up leadership-wise, and they've been doing that not just vocally, but just working their tails off and, showing they can play on a Friday night.
This will be your first year, at least from a coaching standpoint, being a part of this Mayor's Cup rivalry. This is a game that's been played for 55 years. I know that, you've probably seen and heard a lot of stuff around the community, but, do you feel like you've got a pretty good grip already on just what this rivalry means to the guys in these two locker rooms?
Oh, yes, 1,000%. Our kids have, talked about it. They've talked about how, they've been playing these guys since they were, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. I had a rivalry pretty similar with Junction and Manhattan during high school. So I understand the importance of what this game means, and I think it's really cool that we actually play for a trophy. It's not just a rival game. We play for an actual trophy that sits right in the front of the school, where everybody sees, and there's a lot of pride and a lot of effort and a little bit of extra attention with this week, and so it's really cool just to be a part of, and and it's even awesome that it's the first game too as well.
Week 1 is always interesting because as far as the exact team you're going to see, there's no film, there's nothing really to study. You can look at last year's games, but it's not exactly the same. Do you feel like the focus kind of has to be within and kind of on the things that you need to do well in Week 1?
Yeah, no, I think we just need to focus on ourselves and make sure that we're disciplined and fundamental with our stuff. We do have new stuff for the kids to learn, and so we just need to be really good at what we do, and we just make sure that we're fundamentally sound in all aspects of the game.
It seems like in Week 1, rust always ends up playing a factor, for better or for worse. Everybody has to deal with it across the state and across the country. But, what are the things you really need to see out of your guys, especially in these first couple of quarters, just to settle in and kind of establish a rhythm?
I think the biggest thing is making sure that we're tackling, obviously, defensively, and make sure that we get lined up offensively, and that our eyes are right defensively. It's hard to simulate, tackling all the time, and so that's why we did the jamboree. We did our, our own Gatorade scrimmage. We do a lot of, different tackling circuits and fundamentals and stuff like that. But on a Friday night, it's a little bit different once we're going full go. So we got to be really good tackling-wise, and then offensively, it's going to be different, with the situation of, hey, everything's live. We got to protect the quarterback. We got to make sure that we're taking care of the football, all those little things.
Well, and speaking of the quarterback, Landon Putnam is back for another year at QB. He's a guy that has been starting around here since his sophomore season. What really gets you excited about his skill set and just the way you've kind of seen him grow and develop over this offseason?
I think the biggest thing for him is just to keep leading and just to do the right things. Kids will buy into him just because of the way that he works and he leads. He's kind of like the heart and soul of our team. And so as long as he's taking care of the football and he's leading us, staying positive, he gives us a chance on a Friday night.
Obviously, the Salina South community very familiar with the team and the guys that they've seen perform over these last couple of years. But I was curious to get your thoughts as a new head coach here to this program. Who are some guys that you feel like might be primed for a big breakout year that you think the people in the South community should start getting to know now?
Yeah, it's hard to list all the kids. We've gotten a few kids out that have not played football either the past 2 years or, even since middle school. Colton Herbal is one kid that, really sticks out. Senior Drew Clouston, he'll start at linebacker for us. He hasn't played in over 2 years. And obviously we have a lot of sophomores that we're going to play as well with Armani and Kobe Henley and a few of the sophomores as well that are going to start for us. And then, I think a guy that I've really just have a lot of respect for that has done things the right way for us is Jackson Myers as well. He's going to have a breakout year. Hopefully we got to make sure he stays healthy, but there's some guys that are kind of low level names guys right now. But as long as those guys stay healthy, like the Javen Correas of the world, they're going to be Saturday football guys. They're going to be playing on Saturdays. And so, we're really excited for those guys coming up.
From what you've been able to ascertain from, again, checking out last year's film, taking a look at the guys that are going to line up for Salina Central across the line this year, what are some of the challenges you're expecting the Mustangs to throw your way, and what would you say are the biggest keys to the game for South to take the cutback this year?
Well, they're going to be a big up front, obviously, so D-line wise, we're not small D-line wise, but we have to make sure that we play with good leverage. Those guys, they do have, 280 and a couple of, 240, 250 guys. And so we got to make sure that we're playing with good leverage and good eyes and good technique. And then obviously with our O-line, we do bring some experience back, some all-league guys with Eric Franco and Aiden Anders, those guys. And Kraft is another guy that stood out. We got to make sure that we get their front five, their front seven blocked up. They're really aggressive in the run, and so we got to make sure that we're still able to run inside the tackles.
Well, Coach Ozores, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to your Cougars here tonight.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Once again, that was Christian Ozores, head coach of the Salina South Cougars. We'll step away, but the Billings Group countdown to kickoff rolls on next. It's the game of the week, and it's right here on Salina Post.
Hi, Bud Conklin here, just running through a quick checklist of everything you need to know about the Conklin Automotive Group. Things like having 4 generations of Conklin serve you with 3 locations in Hutchinson, Newton, and Salina. Over 400 new and used vehicles on our lots with 10 makes of new cars. We've got what you need where you want it. Each location has a certified service department, and our 3 body shops are among the best in the state. If you want to shop somewhere else to spend more and get less, that's up to you. That's not what I would do, but I won't judge. So check us out online at ConklinCars.com.
Welcome back in here on the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff show. It's time for our game of the week, and we're joined now by head coach Mark Sandbo of the Salina Central Mustangs. Coach, first and foremost, thank you for taking some time and coming on the pregame show today.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
So here we are. It's finally September.
An exciting school year.
Well, and something else that you and I have had a chance to talk about, this was a game that traditionally had been played near the end of the season, but it got moved to week 2, then it got moved to week 1. I know this is a dynamic you guys have had a chance to kind of get used to, but at the same time, already plenty of nerves, I'm sure, before the first game of the year. Is it just just add a little extra layer to it, knowing that you've got the big rivalry game right off the bat as well?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely kind of, I think everybody's focused. I'd even say on that south side of town, that focus is just a little bit different. I mean, we're all probably trying to figure ourselves out. Or, you're different than the college game. You're not recruiting to what you do. You're kind of just the kids you have, you need to adapt around. And I shouldn't say they don't do that at the college game too. They absolutely do. But it's just a little bit different at the high school level. So you're really trying to feel out, what do you do well? What can you hang your hat on? And it usually takes you, 1 to 3 weeks to kind of figure that out. And, with this type of game, with this type of energy, you hope you can do it in 2 quarters.
Well, and speaking of 2 quarters, that actually leads me perfectly into my first question here as far as this game's concerned. I know that, the first game of the year is kind of a chance to set the tone for the full season ahead. What are the specific things that you're looking to see out of your guys, especially in those first few quarters, as you kind of look to settle in and shake off that offseason rust?
Yeah, we talk about the ebbs and flows in football all the time. There's going to be times that we're up on the mountaintop, and there's going to be times that we're in the valley. It's all about, getting out of it and then also maintaining that momentum or that high. That's what I'm really interested to see is, how our leadership reacts to a little bit of adversity, how our kids react to adversity, how they handle momentum when it's positive, how do they handle the energy of the game when it's positive, are we still staying composed enough, but playing looser? All of that stuff kind of holds true, and it's kind of like I said earlier, it takes you kind of 1 to 3 weeks to kind of figure out what you can handle in that realm of things as well. So we have to do that a lot faster. I think we have a good beat. I credit our coaching staff, for where they put kids, how they prep kids to get ready.
we have a fantastic staff, and I tell parents all the time, you could put a lot of these guys, they just chose a different path, but you could put a lot of these guys, with the top tier type of coaches around the state and around the nation. They're that type of quality, and we're fortunate to have them, and our kids are definitely the benefactors of it.
You and I had a chance to talk a little bit earlier this week about Jack Gordon and kind of the unique situation that he got thrown into. He wasn't even taking reps at quarterback before last season began, but got tossed in with his feet to the fire. I thought performed really, really well for a team that was able to make a push there into the postseason. How do you feel about his development this offseason and kind of how you've seen his game grow over the summer?
Yeah, good. I think his development kind of goes on par with that step from a junior to senior year, especially with 1 year under your belt. Jack did a lot of good things last year. He had a lot of players around him too. Now he's going to have a little more weight on his shoulders. He's going to have to process through some decisions. He's going to have to use his legs. He's going to have to be a leader both on and off the field. It just carries a little bit of different weight now that you're a senior, but I think he's ready for the opportunity. He comes from a sports family. He's kind of been primed for this position all his life. That's kind of hard to believe, but this game means a lot, as we talked about before, and he's somebody who's paid attention to the game going all the way back to elementary school. So I think he's definitely poised for the opportunity.
This is a Cougar team on the other side of this matchup that brings back a lot of familiar faces from last year. Even without film to study for, this being a week 1 matchup, what are some of the things you just know to be on the lookout for against this team?
Well, I think their energy is going to be high. With a new staff, a new way of doing things, a new feel, there's definitely some momentum in that. And we understand that as well. And we've been through it. I think that's going to be first and foremost. What are they trying to do schematically? They're a little bit different than what they've been doing in years past. I think they're still, pretty big and similar from an offensive standpoint with the spread, but defensively, South was an even front last year, but they were an odd for my whole time here until last year, and now they're also going to be an even, or we anticipate an even front. But they're just a little bit different on the second and third level than maybe what we've seen before. So, there's going to be some adjusting on the fly from both teams. They're going to probably see some things that they hadn't seen before. And, that's I guess, why I shouldn't say the big bucks, because that's not what we get paid. But I guess that's why they put all the pressure on us high school coaches, because we got to make those decisions and, that cat and mouse maneuvers to put our kids in a position to have success.
Absolutely. Well, should be a good matchup, Coach. Looking forward to seeing it out here Friday night. Thank you again so much for your time, and good luck to your Mustangs here this evening.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Tyler.
Once again, that was Mark Sandbo, head coach of the Central Mustangs. We'll step away, but the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff show rolls on next. You're tuned in to our Game of the Week. It's South and Central, and it's right here on Salina Post.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
And with that, we are back. Again, Game 1, Game of the Week here, presented by our good friends in Salina at Conklin Cars. And the Salina Central Mustangs have won the coin toss. We will get the result of that here in just a moment. But first, let's introduce you to the second member of our broadcast team here today. Brooks Garrettson is with us. And Brooks, this should be an excellent matchup every single year. It doesn't really matter what these two have done in the past. It doesn't matter what the records were the year before. This is always a matchup where tempers run high, and things are going to be very tense here in Salina. We should be in for some fun here this afternoon.
Yeah, just the classic Salina South versus Salina Central matchup. I mean, it can't get any better than this, Tyler. I mean, this is American football at its finest, the crosstown rivalry. to kick off the 2024 high school season.
Want to thank you once again for tuning in to our pregame show presented by our friends down at Billings Group and the Salina Central Mustangs. Wasting no time. They want the football, and they will be returning the opening kick of the 2024 season. This is a Mustang team that went 7-3 a season ago. They have gone without more than 3 losses in each of their last 3 seasons. And Brooks, in each of those last 3 seasons, they have been the victors here in the Mayor's Cup. There's a class of seniors right now that's trying to keep the cup for all 4 years of their high school career. Not many people for either of these 2 schools can say that.
Yeah, Mustangs have been rolling the past 3 seasons. Like you said, Tyler, Salina South with its first season head coach looking to shake up and break things off the new season right. We'll see if the Mustangs can keep it 4-peat.
Christian Ozoris, of course, the new head coach of Salina South. We'll talk plenty more about that in just a moment. But back deep to return for the Salina Central Mustangs, it's Bodie Rodriguez, Easton Wilcox to kick this off for Salina South. And the 2024 high school football season is underway. It's a short kick. It'll be taken here by the up man, actually bobbled by the up man there at the 20-yard line. Looks like that's where Salina Central is going to start. Isaiah White was responsible for trying to field that kick. And with that, let's go ahead and introduce you to the Salina Central offense. They will put Jack Gordon in at quarterback as they take the first possession of the year. Gordon, of course, not expected to start in his junior season last year. That job belonged to Gunnar Gross, but due to an injury to Gross early on in the year, Gordon had to step in. He was phenomenal. We'll talk more about his numbers after this first down snap. He is going to have Keaton Smith for company in the backfield. We'll get the rest of the starters after this 1st and 10 snap, and we've got early movement and a penalty here on the very first snap. It's going to take Central back 5 yards. And with that false start, let's introduce you to the rest of the Central offense. Again, junior Keaton Smith is your other running back in this set. Your top wide receiving options for Salina Central this year will be Tate Gary, Bodie Rodriguez, and Noah Peck. Your offensive line from left to right. Caden Snyder at left tackle, Gage Gibson at left guard. They both returned from a season ago. And your other 3 linemen are Sejan Mills, Warwick Van Blaricon, and Alonzo Guillen. 2nd down and 15, and it's going to be a no gain at all. The Salina South defense all over it. We've got somebody back there for Central who lost a helmet. Let's introduce you to that Salina South defense in the trenches. It's Aiden Andaris, Connor Riley, Javen Brown, and Jesus Mariscal. In the secondary, you've got Caden Stauffer and Jalen Cheeks at cornerback, Kobe Henley and Landon Huffman at safety. And your linebackers today, Gabe Wheelbarger, Bronx Sitton, and Drew Clouston. 2nd down and 16 for the Mustangs. Jack Gordon takes the snap. It's a quick hitch and an incompletion. He was looking to hook it up with Bodie Rodriguez, and instead it's going to be 3rd down and long here for the Mustangs. This South defense coming to play here early, Brooks.
Yeah, South all over. Central trying to get into rhythm. Little penalty to start off, got him back, and now they just can't seem to get any yards here to start off here, Tyler.
The other thing to keep in mind for Salina Central, they lost their top 5 pass-catching options from a year ago. We'll talk more about some of those guys, but that's going to be the biggest thing for Jack Gordon. Who are the new emergent receivers in this offense? We'll find out here on 3rd down and 15. Gordon looks to the sideline here for the play call. Gets it from his head coach, Mark Sandbo. Sandbo in year 6 leading the Mustangs. Receiver goes in motion. It's going to be a screen action. All over it are the Salina South Cougars, and that time it was Maddox Gerard who shot through completely unblocked, and the Mustangs are going to have to punt here on 4th and 18.
Yeah, Gerard just read that play from the jump. Salina Central trying to set up a tunnel screen here on that 3rd and long. But Gerard just read the play all the way. And look here, Tyler, Mustangs are going for it deep in their own territory.
My goodness, there is still somebody back deep as if they're going to return. So there is a numbers advantage if Central wants to go ahead and do this fast. Although remember, the punter is the quarterback. And yeah, there it is. Jack Gordon will go ahead and punt this ball away. But it is a short punt. It's going to be deflected off the hand of a player there. We got bodies on the deck. Central tried to recover that. They said for a moment it may have touched off of a Salina South player, but the Mustangs will, in fact, concede possession. And here comes the Cougar offense for the first time in 2024, looking to follow the performance of a defensive unit that got the 3 and out and got off the field quickly. Your third-year starter in his senior year will be Landon Putnam, the 5'8", 180-pound senior. He starts at quarterback. He will have Aiden Nandaris and Armani Redmond with him in the backfield. Your top receiving options for this South team: Jackson Myers, Colton Herbal, Gabe Autry, Kobe Henley, and Brady Oliver, the tight end. And your offensive line from left to right: Zach Johnson, Austin Kraft, Armando Franco, Eric Franco, and Sean Island. Shotgun set for Putnam. 1st and 10, already in Mustang territory. Great play on a screen here. Catches made, taken down at the 35-yard line. It is a good start to the contest here, as able to haul it in that time was Jay Curtis for the first catch of the day. And it will set up a 2nd down and 5 here for the Cougars, pending this penalty flag. And while they sort out the penalty, let's introduce you to the Salina Central defense. In the trenches on the 3-man front: Connor Carter, Zach Callisti, and James McKinney. Your linebackers are Braden Hassey, Jesus Delgado, Tyrus Young, and James Cathy. Your safeties are Corey Soroki and Abram Owens, and your linebackers are Isaiah White and Christian Garcia. And Brooks, that is going to be a face mask. That is a huge penalty. Chalk it up, 15 yards and a free first down. South is already in the red zone here.
Yeah, nice quick pitch and catch there for the Cougars on the outside. And then a good move up. Leaves the defender grabbing on the face mask, going to cause another penalty.
20 yards to pay dirt. Let's see if the Cougars can make this happen. Putnam, 1st and 10, looking for somebody who wasn't there. Now goes to the end zone, has a man. It's incomplete. Boy, they had a streaking Jackson Myers that time. It was a blown coverage for Central and a huge incompletion. Keeps 6 off the board for the Cougars, but boy, that was a well-drawn-up play. They drew the corners in there for Central.
Yeah, Abram Owens going up for Salina Central in the backfield at the strong safety position and just getting a paw up there on the football, breaking up what would have been a touchdown completion.
He was able to do just enough to keep that out. But again, if the ball is on time there for Myers, that's a touchdown. 2nd down and 10 now for Putnam and company, and we have got another whistle and another penalty here. We'll see which way this one goes. This is really what week 1 of high school football is all about. There are always things to sort out, and there's always rust to knock off. That's going to be a false start against the Cougars. So what was a promising 1st and 10 from the edge of the red zone suddenly becomes 2nd and 15 now, Brooks.
Yeah, trying to get a man in motion there, and he creeps up instead of just shuffling with the line of scrimmage just before the snap, going to cause that. But like you said, Tyler, it's week 1 high school football. There's going to be mistakes like that. We saw it on Central side. Here it is on South. Just knocking off the rust and getting into midseason form here. Here we are, week 1.
2nd down and 15 for Landon Putnam. He'll send a man in motion. That is Brady Oliver, the tight end. Now rolling out to his left is Putnam under pressure. He is grabbed, finds a way to throw that ball away. My goodness, Central was bringing the heat. Connor Carter and I believe Zach Callisti got back that time on the pressure, and South is fortunate to be looking at 3rd and 15 and not more.
Yeah, nice escape there from Putnam. Just putting a little brakes on in the backfield, making the 2 defensive linemen run into each other and able to throw it away to stay alive.
So far, neither team has picked up a first down of their own accord. Central gift wrapped the field position at the 20 on a face mask penalty. Now they're going to empty out the backfield for Putnam, who's got 3 receivers on the left-hand side. He'll take the snap. It's a one-step drop, fires that out. It's a tunnel screen. Catch is made there for Jackson Myers, who gets absolutely obliterated, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Boy, that's an early candidate for our Salina Pain Clinic hit of the game. Somebody there for Central on the edge hit the boomstick. I believe that was Tyrus Young, the senior.
Yeah, Tyrus Young reading the tunnel screen from the get-go and just screaming down a line of scrimmage and running through the man with the ball.
See what the call is here, as it looks like. Yeah, Salina South is going to line it up. They are going to try to kick this field goal. Easton Wilcox is the kicker. For a high schooler, this is deep range. It's going to be from 41 yards. And it's a bad snap. It is picked up. South trying to convert. Nothing doing that time. Salina Central is going to get the ball back at their own 29-yard line, and the two teams trading turnovers here to start this game.
Yeah, South just trying to get 3 there. Good stand by Central's defense. Bad snap and a nice hustle play by Braden Hayes, linebacker out of Central, going down and just denying any chance of getting a first down out of that escape attempt after the bad snap there, Tyler.
Yeah, Braden Hassey's made some really good plays here early in this game. So here comes the Salina Central offense after going 3 and out on their first set of downs. It's a handoff right up the gut. That's going to pick up 6. Now 7 is continuing to keep the legs churning on the play. I believe that was Keaton Smith on the carry. Got all sorts of extracurricular activities going on here already, but Salina Central, they want to establish that run game. It's a big part of their identity as an offense.
Yeah, Smith not going down. First man that hits him, just keeping those legs turning, little spin move to roll out of it and getting more yards.
2nd down and 3 now for Gordon and company. He'll take the snap, another handoff. This time South was keen to it, and they brought him down. That is Bronx sitting right up the middle, and he was sitting on the A-gap, is able to shut the play down for a gain of, or actually a loss of 1.
Yeah, just absolutely got there right off the edge and shut down that play from the go.
Mustangs needing 4 yards to get this here. They've got it at their own 35-yard line. Again, early first quarter action in the Mayor's Cup matchup. And a whistle and a flag here. Not sure if they ran out of time to get that snapped or if somebody might have moved early. Southside is very excited about this. And Salina Central, for the 3rd time today, is moving in the wrong direction on offense.
Yeah, Mustangs, good first down play, in a good position there.
They're going to get early movement on the offensive line for a false start. It's 5 yards. So a pretty manageable 3rd down and 2 turns into 3rd down and 7. Gordon, 2-step drop, fires it out, has a wide open receiver, but he's shy of the sticks. And that's going to bring up 4th and 1 and a decision to be made. Bodie Rodriguez hauls in the catch. And we'll see if Central wants to roll the dice and go for it here at the edge of their own territory. Remember, it's always a risk if you don't put somebody back there on punt return that Jack Gordon, the quarterback, who's also the punter, is just going to kick it deep. That's a heck of a weapon to have in your arsenal. Right now, though, it looks like Central is committed to going for it. Snap to Gordon. He will hand this off. Looking for room, finding none is Keaton Smith. And once again, Maddox Gerard is the guy who comes up with the tackle. It's a turnover on downs, and the Mayor's Cup matchup is looking awfully even here early on.
Yes, Central 4th and short there, electing to go for it yet again in their own territory. They go to 12 personnel, Tyler, bringing 2 tight ends into the game, trying to get a push on the line and just get some direction, just needing that short first down, but cannot get it. South defense rising up yet again and getting their offense the ball back.
While we've got a break in the action, want to remind you that Salina's coolest hangout spot is the Cellar on Santa Fe. Enjoy your favorite beverage in a relaxing atmosphere, along with K-State and KU football every Saturday. The Cellar in downtown Salina. Come and sip a while. Salina South brings the offense out for the 2nd time today. Both offenses trying to feel each other out. This has been a good defensive duel so far. We'll see if Landon Putnam and company can crack that code. It's a toss play to the outside. That finds the hands of Redmond. Redmond bounces it to the outside, finds some space in between the hash mark and the sideline, and it's a big first down run for the junior, Armani Redmond.
Yeah, Armani Redmond following the lead of Brady Oliver in the tight end position. Salina South sticking in the 11-man personnel with that one tight end in that sniffer set there, Tyler. He's coming around and setting the edge hard. Good run there by South to set up first down.
There's been a different energy in the air around the Salina South program. We heard it earlier this week when we talked to first-year head coach Christian Ozoris. These kids are sick and tired of losing, and they really want to come out and make a statement here in week 1. Putnam goes with another toss to the outside. That time it is going absolutely nowhere. Connor Carter, the 205-pound junior, shot through the line, and it's a loss of 4 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, Carter just jumping through like he knew to snap count himself. in the backfield right away, just denying any sort of gain on that play.
It tells you the kind of athletes that Salina Central has on that defensive front. When you put 3 guys on the line as a high school team, you trust those guys to get back and wreak some havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, Central having great success sticking in the 3-4 defensive look here. Running mostly cover 2 here, Tyler.
2nd down and 13 now for Putnam. He'll take the snap. It's a fake handoff. Wants to go deep. They want to take another shot. Once again, they have an open receiver, and it's Jackson Myers who hauls it in. The Salina South Cougars are going to draw first blood in the 55th Mayor's Cup matchup.
Yeah, Putnam just put it in the bucket for Jackson Myers in the back of the end zone. Staying in that cover 2, Tyler. Myers had a one-on-one on the outside. Good little hitch and go. He was able to get space, and Putnam put it right over his shoulder. Easy 6 points for the Cougars.
Let me tell you, Landon Putnam has only gotten better with age. He's been the starting quarterback for this team at least week 1 since he was a sophomore in high school. Here's the extra point. The PAT is on its way, and the PAT is good. Salina South takes the 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. We'll step away. 6:24 to go in the first. When we come back, you're tuned in to the Game of the Week. It's brought to you today by our friends at Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Back here after the touchdown pass, again, Landon Putnam hooking it up with Jackson Myers. Boy, Brooks, they almost had that earlier in the game. It was an open look, but it's good to see him double down. They ran pretty much the same play. They got the different result they were looking for, and they lead 7-0.
Yeah, had the look they wanted, and they got right back to it and cashed in. 7 up for Salina South.
Once again, Easton Wilcox will kick it away. This time it's a really shallow kick, and Central, boy, they almost sprang free. It was Christian Garcia, the cornerback, who hauled it in and almost made the last man miss, but he gets tripped up. Great position, though, here for the Salina Central offense, which Brooks, to this point, is still looking for their first down of the day.
Yeah, Central getting their chance. Here we go again. South trying to challenge them with that little pooch kick there on the kickoff. They keep going back to that on the special teams there, Tyler.
Trying to keep the ball out of the hands of some of the capable returners that this Central team has back there ready to return it if they get a chance. Jack Gordon, 1st down and 10. He will take the snap. It's another screen. Hitch off to the right-hand side. Catch is made. This is good for 8. Now 9 up across the line. This is going to be a gain of 13 yards, and it's a big gain to Bodie Rodriguez. We heard a lot of good things about Bodie Rodriguez preseason from Mark Sandbo. He said he was a guy that he was very excited to get out there on the field and get him his looks in there at wide receiver.
And if you're wearing maroon tonight, Tyler, that's exactly what you want to see. Salina Central guys running in space. Good just catch and throw there by Gordon to get it out to a playmaker.
See if they can string together a drive after picking up their first down. Here's a screen. This time it goes to the running back, Keaton Smith. A flag will fly. Central's going to have the ball at the 30, actually at about the 28-yard line, but we'll have to check the laundry on the field and see what exactly the penalty is for.
Yeah, guessing off the location of the flag, Tyler, you'd have to assume it might be holding on one of those receivers outside, trying to develop that bubble screen look.
It's really the only problem with the screen. You do run the risk of somebody getting caught holding on the outside. And, yeah, it looks like this is coming back. And, Brooks, you're absolutely right. It's going to be a hold against the offense. So Central really struggling with the penalties here early on. Again, it's what you come to expect out of week 1, but Central has set a standard here these last 3 seasons. They want to be, kind of firing on all cylinders right out of the gate, so to speak, if they can.
Right, and let's give Salina South some credit, too. This defense is firing all over the place. And making a stance there, working off of that block in the open field to force that holding call. That's a good thing by Salina South cornerbacks. Good work there here in the first quarter.
So instead of 2nd down and 1, it's going to be 1st and 15. Gordon will take the snap. He's rolling out to his right. Wants to go over the edge there. Has an open man. It's a diving catch. Did he keep his feet in bounds? Oh, my goodness, they say he did. That is an absolutely electrifying catch, and it's Tate Gary, the lone big returner in the receiving core, who goes up and gets it for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Tate Gary just working down the sideline and going up, no fear. Nice catch.
Now Central in striking distance as we try to get the chain set here. That's week 1 for the chain gang, too. They will set it up. It will be for Salina Central. 1st down and 10 from the 18. And more frustration here. It looks like another miscommunication on that Salina Central offensive line. You can see the frustration there out of Gordon. And they're going the wrong way again here, Brooks.
Yeah, Central after a big strike there in the long pass to Gary. Setting up in the red zone. Central trying to speed it up. But a miscommunication will stop them, send them back.
5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Salina Central needs to get to the 8-yard line of Salina South to pick up the 1st down. And we have got a stoppage here and a timeout called. Salina South will call the first timeout of the day, but credit to Salina South. The defense is holding, and the Cougars are leading. 7-0 is our score. It's the Mayor's Cup matchup, the 55th time this game has been played, and it's brought to you today by our friends at Conklin Cars of Salina.
Hi, Bud Conklin here, just running through a quick checklist of everything you need to know about the Conklin Automotive Group. Things like having 4 generations of Conklin serve you with 3 locations in Hutchinson, Newton, and Salina. Over 400 new and used vehicles on our lots with 10 makes of new cars. We've got what you need where you want it. Each location has a certified service department, and our 3 body shops are among the best in the state. If you want to shop somewhere else to spend more and get less, that's up to you. That's not what I would do, but I won't judge. So check us out online at ConklinCars.com.
Welcome back in here on our Game of the Week, presented today by our friends at Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance. Go see them in Salina for all your insurance needs. Right now, it's Salina South trying to gain some insurance themselves and keep this Mustang offense off the board. The defense for South has looked crisp so far today, and Central has a 1st and 15 after the false start. It's another quick out. It's Bodie Rodriguez again. He is going to fall forward to the 21-yard line, but no further. And we've got our first extracurricular flag of the day. If that's going against Salina South, it's going to go against Bronx Sitton, who's already made a couple of big plays today. But, Brooks, you got to keep the emotions in check, especially in a rivalry game like this.
Is that one of those things we chalk up to first week of high school football?
I think that's something you chalk up to you really don't have any love lost for the guys on the other sideline, especially not after they've beaten you 3 years in a row.
You certainly don't. Crosstown rivalry, a lot of passion out there on the field, but you got to contain it, and you got to use that passion with your pads in between the whistles. Can't have any jawing off.
Well, they're really taking their time to get this right here. Again, it was such a late penalty. You got to think unsportsmanlike conduct, but we'll get the call here from the White Hat. And there it is, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cougars. That is a killer. We talked about the big penalties that have been committed here by the Mustangs. That's a monstrous penalty on the Cougars. It brings up 1st and 5. Here's an out route, and this play is going to be whistled dead before it can even begin. They were targeting Bodie Rodriguez.
Yeah, I don't think all our refs were set there before. Little miscommunication between the White Hat and umpire getting the play going, had to blow it dead.
Well, here's the other interesting thing, Brooks. It's half the distance to the goal. And, yeah, I think that's what they wanted to correct. It was showing 1st down. It is 2nd down. But if you're Central, this is great because you can pick up a 1st down here without scoring. Realistically, you've got 6 shots to get this in the end zone.
You certainly do. Central now in an 11-man personnel, bringing in a tight end. They made it all the way down with 3 receivers now.
That tight end is Tyrus Young. Here's a little bit of a, not quite a Wildcat look, but it's a big run for Jack Gordon. He did a little bit of that last year as he barrels his way down to the 5-yard line. Gordon last season, 65 carries for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he should have enough here, to pick up the first down for the Mustangs, who are now looking at 1st and goal. They're going to mark it from the 6.
Yeah, enough for the first down, but Henley coming down out of the free safety, not allowing the touchdown.
Everybody bunched in tight right now, save for the 2 receivers on the right side of the formation. It's going to be another quarterback keeper. There goes Gordon, and the offensive line parts the Red Sea for the senior. The Mustangs answer with 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1, and an extra point away from tying things up in the Mayor's Cup matchup.
Jack Gordon just reading the defense out. Nice slow mesh developing with his running back, Abram Owings, and he sees the defense take the bait. Nice opening up the middle and just jogs right in for 6 points for the Mustangs.
It's been a good one so far, and the Mustangs will now trot the PAT team on. Should be Elijah Duxler, and it is Elijah Duxler. Another bad snap, but though they're able to recover it in time, and the Mustangs tie it up. It's a 7-7 ball game. New life injected into the rivalry. We'll see who comes out on top. South with a chance to give the next punch when we return. You're tuned in to our Game of the Week, brought to you today by our friends at Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, the Mayor's Cup matchup has been won by Salina Central here each of the last 3 seasons. But, it's always an interesting game, especially early. But there's just a new energy to this South team. We heard from new coach Christian Ozoris. They have been in the weight room. They have been in preseason practice. They worked their tails off in the fall. This is a team ready to take that cup back.
Yeah, Ozoris joining the program in last spring and just starting on the ground running and just trying to take off this South team. Here we are, tied ball game. And look at this bunch set here on Central's kickoff, Tyler.
Yeah, you got 6 dudes in a stack on the right side of this. We'll see if there's maybe some trickeration or if they're just going to kick this deep. Jackson Myers and Armani Redmond, your 2 guys back deep to return here for the Cougars. And the kick is away. Edging near the sideline. It's going to be fielded here at the 20. Looking to bounce this out. That's Redmond. Looking for some more room. Runs over a man. Gets his way up to the 36-yard line. And it's good starting field position here for Landon Putnam and company as the Salina South Cougars take the field with just under 5 to play in the first.
Central trying to play a little bit of a sky pooch kick themselves, but it looks like South read it all the way, getting a reliable ball carrier up there in the landing zone. Nice return there.
See what the Central defense can cook up here. They have been burned on the deep ball twice today. Once it was an incompletion, but the other time it was a 27-yard touchdown pass to Jackson Myers. You got to keep an eye on number 4, who, in case you're wondering, is lined up at the top of your screen. Landon Putnam, first down and 10. He'll take the snap. They want to fire it out. It's a quick tunnel screen. Catch is made by Colton Herbal. He'll find his way up to the 40. A lot of work for a 2-yard gain, but Salina South chipping away at it as that Central defense looks to tighten the screws.
Yeah, Herbal stacked right behind Oliver. Oliver out of that tight end position trying to set up some room to run, but just good pursuit by Central defense there. Just a lot of fast bodies on that defensive squad, Tyler, running out of that 3-4 set.
Absolutely. Some big boys on the line. We mentioned Zach Calisti, 5'10", 270 pounds, coming at you right up the middle. Landon Putnam back in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, wants to go off to the left-hand side. He was looking for Herbal. It's incomplete, but we've got another flag. And once again, Brooks, we're going to have to check the laundry here. While we do, a couple of good folks we'd like to thank for their support of our coverage, including Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Salina Septic Service, Commercial Tire Center, and Smart Insurance. Also, Vernon Jewelers, Salina Regional Health Center Careers, and APAC Shears. And again, it's going to be called against the Mustangs. The penalty count has not even been close in this game, Brooks. And I'll tell you what, for all the great athletes that they have, Central at some point is going to have to trim down the penalties here if they're going to give themselves a chance to walk away with a 4th straight win in this rivalry series.
Yeah, just too many self-inflicting wounds for the Mustangs here in the first quarter.
Not only is that going to give 10 free yards to South, it's also going to give them a free first down. Putnam now in a pistol set, takes the snap. It's a handoff up the middle, and again, this will go for 1, maybe 2, as they gave that right up the gut to Brady Oliver. That's the tight end taking the handoff there.
Yeah, South just kind of struggling to develop the run game. Central just continuing to run down and shut off all inside lanes, nothing really developing inside the tackles.
It's a really stiff box for Salina Central, especially when you look at the linebacker core. They've got some beef there as well. Most of the attack here that South has found has been through the air. They've really been letting Putnam sling it here today. Putnam here will toss this to the outside, breaking 1 tackle, backpedaling his way now for maybe a gain of 1 was Armani Redmond. And it'll be 3rd and 7 just across midfield here as South continues working the ball inside Central territory.
Yeah, Redmond trying to work off of that outside zone pitch. Just trying to get out to the numbers, but has to cut up and just met by a whole group of Mustangs right at the line of scrimmage.
A herd, perhaps?
Yes, a thundering herd indeed.
Tell you what, we talked about it a little bit pregame. The chrome Mustang on the helmets is a very clean look for Salina Central. Salina South rocking the all-white jerseys, yellow helmets. 3rd down and 7. It's a mistake over the middle, and it was almost intercepted. That was Christian Garcia, who almost came up with it on the near sideline. Instead, it's 4th down and a decision to be made here for the Cougars, who have not punted so far today. They had a bad snap on a field goal attempt that turned the ball over, then the 27-yard touchdown pass. And at least for now, Brooks, it looks like they're keeping the offense on the field.
Yeah, rolling the dice and saying, hey, why not?
Putnam on a 4th down and 6. 2 receivers off to either side. Salina South is showing blitz. They've got 7 guys on the line, and now we've got a flag as, boy, everybody scrambling there. Central got a guy back like they thought Landon Putnam, the quarterback, was going to pooch punt that. And it's going to be an illegal shift on Salina South. That's going to back them up even further. And the traditional punt team is going to come onto the field here for the Cougars.
Yeah, South trying to get Central to jump off there, maybe get to a 4th and manageable. Unable to do so. Tries to go to just the pooch punt set and has a receiver flinch.
Bodie Rodriguez back deep to return here for Salina Central. He'll have his feet at about the 18-yard line. And that punt, oh boy, I think Central got a hand on that. They're going to let this roll. But Salina Central got a little heat back on the punter, and now Central's got somebody laying on the punter, and yeah, that's going to draw a penalty every day of the week. It's a silly thing, Brooks, especially in a game like this where you know the referees are watching out for it. I just don't understand the logic there. I believe that's Connor Carter, one of the juniors for the Central team, and he's going to get caught laying on the punter after the play.
Yeah, just unnecessary in all forms of the word, Tyler. You're hurting your team and you're hurting your school. Can't have unsportsmanlike penalties like that.
Well, and here's the thing. Not only is that going to be a killer, but that could potentially give a free first down here to South and keep their offense on the field. But you got a hand on the punt. You blocked it a little bit. You did exactly what you needed to do. And now you're going to hand the ball right back to him depending on what exactly this call is.
Yep, you're exactly right. Got a hand on the ball and then turn around and try to go get the punt returner. That's all you can do there. Can't commit a penalty like that. We'll see what the ruling is.
I don't think there's going to be anything offsetting. This is going to be against Central, plain and simple. The only question is it a free first down for South? Okay, so the penalty yardage is going to be assessed at the end of the return. So it's going to back Salina Central up. It's not roughing the punter or running into the punter.
Well, he is fortunate that he got a hand on the football, making it not roughing the punter, keeping the ball in Central's hands, but backed up deep in Central's own territory.
2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. And following the punt, which, by the way, is the first of the day here for South, the Mustangs are going to take over backed up at their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, Mustangs coming out in a 10 personnel set where they got 4 receivers, 3 out wide to the left, 1 solo up top. Salina South showing that 4-3 with the cover 2 shell.
It's a shotgun look for Jack Gordon. 4 on the defensive line right now for the Cougars, and they want to go on the ground with the quarterback. Once again, Gordon ducks up the middle to find about 3 yards. They have been a little more intent about running him early on in this game, but I alluded to this stat earlier. I did want to run through it a little bit here, Brooks. You look at the guys that Central lost on that offense. Obviously, Elijah Wilson, who did, I believe, something like 90% of the carries last year for Central, but they also lost Hunter Mowry, Riker Grossner, Sam Payne, Des Gibson. That is a huge chunk of their receiving yardage, and they are still looking for who's going to take that load as another run play, this time to the back out of the backfield. Keaton Smith goes for a yard, and it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Central trying to get South to spread out here in this 10 personnel to get some run game up the middle, but that 4-3 look is just too heavy in the box, and South just stuffing the run.
I have been very impressed with this Salina South defense. They have held their own from the very jump of this contest. It's a high snap. It is another penalty. And if this is, that's a false start on Central, and they're going the wrong way again. We covered a good amount of Salina Central last year on Game of the Week. I cannot remember the last game in which Central was penalized like this.
Yeah, this has been a very, very yellow first quarter, and by yellow I mean a lot of yellow laundry on the field.
Sometimes they blend in with those Cougar helmets, which, by the way, I also think are a really clean look. South rocking, again, the all-white jerseys, green numerals, gold helmets. For Central, it's the classic gray and maroon look, maroon numerals trimmed in white with the chrome Mustang across the top. Central trying to make a sub here. They're going to have to get this off quickly. We've got about 10 seconds left to get the snap. Here's Gordon, 3-step drop, no real pressure, fires this out to the sideline, almost intercepted by Jackson Myers. And it's going to be 4th and 8. Central, I would imagine, is going to be forced to punt again here.
Yeah, Myers, good defensive lockdown there. Tate Gray trying to run up the sideline. He had a great catch down that exact same sideline earlier this quarter. But just good defense to get him all the way out. Gordon had nowhere to drop that ball but out of bounds.
So again, Gordon lines up in the shotgun here. There is a man deep. Gordon is the punter. Now he'll shift back into the punting set. Jack Gordon kicks this away. Jackson Myers will call it dead. It takes a friendly bounce there for South, and the Mustangs down it at their own 46. That's where Salina South will bring the offense back out with 1:08 to go. We've seen some rapid-fire drives already, Brooks. This has been a fun back-and-forth battle.
It certainly has. Defense rising up when it needs to be, and some fantastic offensive drives with some long balls. This football game's had everything you want. Just need to cut down on the penalties from both teams, and we'll see an exciting matchup as the first quarter comes to a conclusion here with 1:08 to go.
And let me tell you, if this is a sign of more things to come for Salina South, the Cougars are going to be a team to watch this year. They've looked really good early on in this game.
They certainly have.
Landon Putnam back on the field, leading Salina South, their 4th offensive drive of the day. It's a handoff. It goes nowhere. That's Salina Central front. You got to give them a lot of credit there. They have completely neutralized the run. Again, almost all of South's damage has been done through the air.
Yeah, Central sticking in that 3-4 look, but just good gap responsibility by all 7 of those guys in the box working together and just shutting down any run look. Been a low run efficiency game for both teams here, Tyler.
We're inside the final minute now of quarter number 1. Putnam looking to pick this up. 2nd down and 11. He'll duck back into the shotgun. 2 receivers on either side. He'll take a snap. It's a 3-man rush here for Central. He is going to go for the deep ball once again. He's got Myers streaking down the field. Myers, I think, is going to ask for the flag here. He will not get it. There was a little jersey tugging there, but I think in a rivalry game like this, you let that go, and you give credit where credit is due there to Corey Soroki, the safety for Central.
Yeah, Myers showing that speed and all those summer sprints paying off. He had the man beat. Ball was just a touch overthrown by Putnam. Putnam showing the type of arm strength he has. Nice spiraling over the top pass there.
They are going to empty out the backfield for Landon Putnam and let him do his thing. He will take it, rolling out to his right immediately under pressure. Has to come back to the near side of the field, escapes pressure, steps up, finds the line of scrimmage. He is going to be dragged down at the 42-yard line. So Central able to get back in, contain Tyrus Young, comes up with the tackle, and it's another 4th down and another call to be made here for South, who last time in this exact spot kept the offense on the field.
Yeah, South trying to set up a flood look there to the right, wanting to roll to Putnam's arm to let him deliver one on the run, but good pressure there on the left end. He has to roll back, and just nice pursuit there by Young to tackle him for little to no gain.
And that was Connor Carter, the 205-pound junior, who chased him back to the wrong side of the field. 4th down and 6. South keeps the offense on the field. It's Putnam back in a more traditional shotgun set. Always keep an eye on Jackson Myers, who's at the top of your screen. And, well, now we're going to have a timeout called. And South wants a moment to talk it over. We'll take the break as well. Coverage of today's game brought to you by our good friends at the Salina Conklin Cars location. Back with more in just a moment on the Game of the Week.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Back here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, brought to you by our friends at Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance. Just a reminder that today's game is also brought to you by Sage Products. Sage Products of Salina is your supplier of janitorial products for your business or home. From paper towels and items from ceiling to floor, you'll see products from Sage, and you can get the same home field advantage at your home or office by visiting sageselects.com. Big 4th down and 6 coming up here for the Salina South Cougars. Time for 1, maybe 2 more plays in this first quarter before we turn things over. Shotgun set for Putnam. 2 receivers lined up on the right-hand side. Tight end goes in motion. He'll take a 2-step drop. Fires this out. Catch is made. That's Jackson Myers back to the sideline, up to the 20, and pushed out of bounds, but not before the damage was done. Jackson Myers has been a maniac here in this game, and one Central has yet to find an answer for.
Yeah, just a perfect timing route there from Putnam to Myers. Putnam putting it right on Myers' number as soon as he turns around just past the sticks. And Myers stepping on the gas and getting some yards after the catch. Perfect 4th down play call there, Tyler.
So time for one more play here. Final 4 seconds of quarter number 1. And for the second time today, the ball right outside the red zone for the Salina South Cougars. They will go ahead and give it up the middle. That is a lot of space. It's an 8-yard gain. That's probably the biggest gain that South has had on the ground today. And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. We will step away, but when we come back, it's quarter 2 of the Game of the Week. It's the 55th Mayor's Cup matchup. And you're locked into it right here on Salina Post, courtesy of our friends at the Salina Conklin Cars location.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Welcome back into the 55th annual Mayor's Cup matchup. Tyler Henry and Brooks Garrettson alongside you. Coverage today brought to you by our friends at Shelter Insurance of Kelly Kitchener. And it's Salina South knocking on the door here of the end zone. They've got it in Central Territory all the way down at the Mustang 13-yard line. Landon Putnam back in the shotgun, two receivers off to the right-hand side. Jackson Myers has been the main damage dealer today. Here's a handoff. That's going to go for a short gain. They'll get close to the 10-yard line. I believe that was Armani Redmond on carry. And following the short gain, it's 3rd down and 1. They're going to mark it down at the 11.
Yeah, good run there by South, but just short of that line to gain. South coming out in the 12-man personnel with 2 tight ends, trying to get some more men in the box to get the run game.
Well, and if you're South, you know you just have to pick up the first. Then you got 4 cracks at the end zone if you want them. Landon Putnam back in the shotgun, sends his tight end in motion across. It's going to be a toss play. That goes to Redmond. Cuts back to the inside. He is going to be down at the 1-yard line. Armani Redmond, just a massive jump step cut. And here comes the big boy personnel for Salina South. You know what they want to do here.
Yeah, forget the 12 personnel. Let's just put out the everything we got personnel. Good cut there by Redmond. Nice motion trying to draw the defense to the outside. Redmond just cutting up.
This is a huge look. They have got 3 guys back there. I believe several offensive linemen, or not offensive linemen, sorry, defensive ends, all sorts of stuff. And there is going to be a whistle here. They're going to blow this dead. I mean, you saw the 3 guys that came on to replace the receivers that are back there in that backfield. A legal shift here is going to back them up. But the guys they brought on, Javen Correa-Brown, a 270-pound defensive lineman. They've also got Aiden Anderis, the running back, who I would imagine would be the target to carry this. And then Rowan Riddick, a 210-pound linebacker. I mean, they're bringing in all the beef to try to push this in.
Yeah, in doing so, going to get backed up just a touch. Little illegal motion as those defensive ends that aren't quite used to being in an offensive fullback position.
1st and goal from the 7. They are going to give it to the big boy up front who plows his way ahead, gets inside the 5. That was Javen Correa-Brown. Again, I will remind you, 6'2", 270. On the carry.
Grown young men here for both teams. South and Central with their fair share of bodies.
Going to hit you with a throwback here, Brooks. You remember William Perry? They called him the refrigerator for the Chicago Bears back in the 1980s.
Yes.
He got a carry in for a touchdown. Boy, I bet Correa-Brown would love one here. He's lined up once again directly behind Landon Putnam. This time, they'll give it to the back on the left side, cutting it inside, running over a man into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Aiden Anderis and Salina South will take the lead. They wanted to bully their way in, and they've made a statement, taking a 13-7 advantage.
Yeah, and Darius just won't be denied. Putting his head down and running through the goal line, putting another 6 points on the board for the South Cougars.
That was a formation whose only purpose was to shame a defense, and South managed to do it in style. Extra point's going to be blocked. It's picked up by Central, and they're going to say it's just no good. So 6 on the board for Salina South. They lead it 13-7. Central with the ball. When we come back, you're tuned in here on our Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by Conklin Cars in Salina.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment, upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website, and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Welcome back in here on our Game of the Week. Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson. Coverage today brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. And a quick reminder that coverage of today's game also brought to you by our good friends down at Billings Group. Managing your wealth can be a stressful endeavor, but the good folks at Billings Group are here to help. Whether you're planning for retirement, looking for financial coaching, or just trying to get a leg up in life, Billings Group is here to take the guesswork out of your financial future. Salina South has struck back. They did it in style, and they did it with a heavy set package. And Darius able to punch it in for the Cougars, who will now kick it away with a 6-point lead. Central back deep to return. It's another short end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded here by the up man at the 30, who's looking to break a tackle, runs past one man up to the 46. And that is where the Mustangs will bring the offense onto the field after the return from Abram Owings. Tell you what, Salina Central's got a little work to do here. Offensively, just have not had the same sharpness they had last year, but they're still looking at those skill positions, Brooks. They lost their top 4 receiving options and their bell cow back. It's going to take a little bit of time, at least a half of football, one would think, to reestablish that chemistry.
Yeah, Central's such an explosive offense that relies on those big playmakers, and they just need to get into that comfort.
Outside give to Keaton Smith here on 1st and 10, looking for a lane. Another flag is going to fly. If this is on Salina Central, I haven't been counting penalties per team. South has looked really disciplined in this game. Central has just been giving up yardage in bunches. But we'll see which way this one goes. And yeah, that's going to be another holding penalty on the Mustangs.
Yeah, one of those tough assignments as a receiver, trying to block a man in space like that. You know, you got athlete on athlete, 2 dudes that are really good moving laterally, and Salina South defense just really making Central work for every yard here on the outside.
That touchdown drive that Central strung together looked really good, but aside from that, a 3-and-out, a turnover on downs, and a punt on another 3-and-out. Snap back to Gordon under some pressure, trying to set up the tunnel screen. It is incomplete. They were looking on that far sideline. The intended target currently, I think, trying to get on the same page with Gordon. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, good communication by South defense. Just looking through, you know, what kind of play could we see out of 1st and long? Something to set up and draw us back, and nice screen coverage there by the South defense.
2nd and 15 here for Gordon and company. He'll take the snap from the shotgun. 2-step drop, dumps this off. Beautifully set up screen. Now blockers out in front, looking for more room. Up to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain of 13 yards. And they were able to link it up to Keaton Smith out of the backfield. Salina Central is going to move the sticks. They're going to give him the full 15 here, Brooks.
Yeah, Central staying cool and collective, kind of getting back on their heels. Nice little screen play to get back that chunk of yards They'll say he's just short of the first, I suppose.
Let's say, initially it looked like he was short. Then the chain gang started to move. Now they bring it back, and it is going to be 3rd and 1. So the Mustangs cross into Cougar territory. They've got it at the Salina South 45. Only need one. Gordon wants to do it himself on the ground. Gets to the edge and is safely across the sticks as he works his way down to the 37-yard line. It's a fresh set of downs to work with now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Gordon just racing to the edge there, showing his speed and claiming a fresh set of downs, running out of bounds and stopping the clock.
I love that. Tate Gary was trying to pick the football up. So was the official. The two kept getting in each other's way and then trying to insist, no, you pick it up. No, you pick it up. Eventually they got it taken care of. 1st down and 10 for Gordon and the Mustangs. 2 receivers off to the left-hand side, including the screener. They fake it. They've got a man on an island who hauls in the touchdown pass all by his lonesome in the back corner. It's an easy pitch and catch. Everybody in the building sold out to try to cover the screen route, and Jack Gordon decides to go deep instead. That is an absolute masterclass of a pass, and the catch hauled in on the backside of the play. Boy, just incredible stuff there for Salina Central. And how about Isaiah White, the senior, going up to get it to pick up 6?
Yeah, Gordon just faking everybody out with a hard fake to the hitch.
PAT on the way. It is good, and the Central Mustangs have taken their first lead of the day on the touchdown pass to Isaiah White. Back with more Mayor's Cup action when we return, brought to you by our friends at Conklin Cars in Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Back here on the Mayor's Cup matchup, Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson as we work our way through second quarter action. And for the first time today, it's the Mustangs in the driver's seat on I believe that was a 46-yard pitch and catch that went from Jack Gordon all the way down to Isaiah White on the deep route. And Brooks, a great play drawn up there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, nice pump fake by Gordon to kind of get all the DBs to bite down on the quick hitch. They've been kind of living in that short game most of that series. And then Gordon reaches back and fires deep to find a man all by his lonesome in the end zone.
It's the second touchdown pass for the second touchdown for Gordon today. He picked up the first with his legs. That one goes again to Isaiah White.
And the ever-important extra point to put Central in the lead, up 14-13.
Right now, one PAT is the difference between these two teams. Short kick here for Central. That's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. Trying to stretch that. No room, though, to be found. Boy, Armani Redmond was looking for a lane. He could not find one. And it is going to bring up a 1st and 10 here for the Cougars, who will look to answer back once again. Salina South offensively has looked pretty crisp in this game. Again, 2 long touchdown drives. And Darris with a touchdown run already. Putnam with a touchdown pass to Myers. You know we're going to say Jackson Myers' name a few more times in this game.
Yeah, we certainly are. Salina South, a lot of diversity in formations throughout this game and throughout last series.
Myers lined up at the bottom of your screen. It's a handoff instead, bouncing off a one tackler, but running into a wall of linebackers was Armani Redmond. And we've got even more extracurricular activities, and it looks like, once again, this is going to be against Salina Central.
Yeah, just tempers flaring in this crosstown rivalry. Players having a hard time just keeping it clean and using their pads between the whistles.
I believe that's Jeremiah Smith who's going to get caught with whatever this is. Coach Sandbo's on the field, and I mean, he's just beside himself because, again, these aren't typical week one rust penalties. These are the kinds of silly things that can really make the difference in a game like this. So, yeah, it's going to be 15 yards and another free first down given to Salina South. You want to talk about giving your biggest rival in the whole world opportunities here, Brooks? That's exactly what the Mustangs keep doing.
Yeah, they certainly are. A play that went for essentially 0 yards, now a free 15.
And the first down, so Putnam and company back to work here from the shotgun. 3 receivers on the left-hand side. There's Myers, makes the catch, makes one man miss, gets his way up to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on first down, and South just continuing to hammer it out on these short little dink and dunk routes, and that's how they set you up for the home run ball.
Yeah, letting their athletes work in space as Putnam continues to connect with Myers. Myers taking what he's given, some good blocks outside, and just nickeling and diming them through the air.
See what they want to set up here. Plenty of options on 2nd and 4. This is something South didn't do a good job of last year, getting yourself into these manageable 2nd and short situations. They've done a great job of that here today. Putnam once again in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff. That goes to Redmond. Redmond goes up the middle off the right guard, and it's a gain of, call it 2, to bring up 3rd and 2. They get half the distance they needed on 2nd down.
Yeah, Redmond just kind of hanging out in the backfield, looking for a gap, taking what he's given there. Nice defensive presence there on the line of scrimmage, brought to you by Central's 3 linemen.
They have gotten a good push most of the day. We'll see if South wants to try to run it again.
Oh, now Central. Oh, never mind.
Armani Redmond is the back. They will toss it to him here on the outside, trying to make a man miss. The tackle is made, and that's going to be enough to move the sticks. Tyrus Young, the outside linebacker, there to make the tackle. But, boy, Redmond, the junior at 150 pounds, just so shifty, so quick. If you need a few yards, you toss it to him on the outside. You like your chances of him picking that up.
Yeah, not much to get there, and he just takes what he gets. Young coming in hot from the hash to the numbers, but Redmond just too quick and shifty, able to pick up what he needed.
Fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10 for Landon Putnam. Empty backfield for the senior quarterback. 4 receivers on the right side of this formation, including Redmond, who makes the catch behind the line. He is going to be grabbed, and he is dropped. Oh, my goodness. And another late flag comes in. South is clapping right now as if this is going against Central. The other thing to keep in mind, Central's already got 3 unsportsmanlikes in this game. Anybody gets 2, they're gone.
Yeah, it's as if the boys just can't help themselves. You made a great play. Go give a teammate a high five. You don't need to say anything to the opponent.
And it was a great play. It would have been a loss of 3. Coach Sandbo trying to get an explanation. Let's hear it.
Yeah, and another personal foul.
And
giving what would have been a loss of 3 a free 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It's James Cathy again. I mean, anytime we come to Salina Stadium, we are completely impartial here, but this is just not what you come to expect out of a Central team that has looked pretty disciplined these last 3 years. This might be the worst performance they've had in terms of penalty yardage since 2020. See if South can find a way to capitalize. They've already made Central pay for this once. And they will run the empty backfield once again. 3 receivers to the left-hand side. Putnam rolling out that way. Fires it out. It's incomplete. Ooh, got to be careful there. That was almost a late hit. Colton Herbal got popped. And I think now you're seeing Coach Ozoris come out and have a word with the official about that. But, boy, you give the benefit of the doubt on that one given what's happened before.
Yeah, everyone in the stands kind of oohing and ahhing, almost expecting a flag. None fly then.
Well, good to see Herbal able to get back up off the turf with no incident. I mean, that was a hard hit. So 2nd down and 10 here for Salina South. They've got the ball at their own, or rather at the central 34-yard line. Mustangs trying to bring everybody in tight. Everybody is in tight right now for South. They're going to dump this off. There is no space to run, and it's another big tackle. Boy, Colton Herbal, who got popped on the last play, gets suplexed on this one. It's a loss of 4, and it's 3rd and 14 here for the Cougars.
Yeah, South bringing everybody in bunched tight and then trying to run leaking action from that tight end. But Central all over it on the outside. Nowhere to go but down.
So a big 3rd down and 14 coming up here. You wonder how different this game might look if Central hadn't committed as many penalties as what they had. South now needs to go out and find a way to get this themselves. Putnam backed up, fires a pass. Low catch is made, or was it? Yeah, he hauled that in. That's going to be a good chunk of yardage there. And again, it's Jackson Myers who makes the catch. Myers has been incredible in this game. I think this is the field goal unit coming on. And Salina South looking to take the lead back on what will be. We'll see where the hold's going to come from. This is going to be about a 40-yard field goal try. Once again for Easton Wilcox.
And this isn't the kicking unit, Tyler. This is that big man crew that we saw score last possession.
Okay, it's the bull package in here for South. They need 2. They hand it off the left tackle, and Salina Central comes up with the stop. Boys, South put the big boys out there. They wanted to go best on best, and the Mustang defense able to stand tall and get the ball back as now Coach Sandbo is running out and trying to get his offense back on the field here quickly.
Yeah, pleading for a measurement, and the officials are going to call from one. Chain gang getting set up to bring the chains over and see where this ball lies. Will it be a first down for South or a turnover on downs for Central?
Boy, that stick marker is awfully close. We're going to have to see where they stretch this out, but, man, this is right on the money. The way Central came up and started celebrating, it looked like they had him stopped. It's our first measurement of the season, and Central is going to get it back with 4:50 to go here in the first half.
Central defense rising up to that same heavy man look that just punched them in the gut on the goal line earlier this quarter, saying, not this time, Cougars.
So the Mustangs force the turnover on downs and take the ball back for what could be the final possession of the opening half. Remember, last time they went deep to Isaiah White. 1st down and 10. Pump fake here. They want to run a similar action down the sideline. They've got Tate Gary who hauls it in at the 45-yard line. And the Mustang offense is starting to heat up here in Salina.
Yeah, Gordon knew who he wanted the whole time. Had a pump fake to Gary on the little hitch and go. Broke it down and then kept it right up the sideline. Nice over-the-shoulder pass.
Mustangs want to go up-tempo right now. They've got Gary Steele at the bottom of your screen. He will split out wide. Right now, just a corner to beat the safety, shading to the other side of the field. Gordon wants to come back to him. That's Gary. Now looking for blockers. He's got a lead. Tate Gary's across the 30, across the 20, and pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line. More extracurriculars behind the line of scrimmage. And Coach Sandbo not happy with one of his linemen who's going to be taken out of the game here for some late shoving. That's Tyson McMillan. Whatever's going on there, it's a good thing the officials didn't see it on the Central sideline. And they're going to have to swap somebody else in, but a big play for Tate Gary nonetheless.
Yeah, and Central just continuing to rely on the theatrics of Jack Gordon and his pump faking abilities. Nice spin move, looking to throw to the left on that play, coming back to Gary. And then a good tunnel screen following the blocks of Golan, the right tackle.
Mustangs back up to the line. It's a 5-step drop for Gordon. Goes over the middle, incomplete. Boy, just missed his target that time as he was looking to link that up. I think that once again was Isaiah White. And it's going to be an incompletion to set up 2nd and 10. Mustangs back to the line, once again working out of a shotgun set. It'll be a two-step drop here. They want to go on another screen. This time the catch is made. That's Keaton Smith on the left side trying to make another man miss. He is going to find about 9 yards on the play, and the Mustangs are back in the red zone once again looking to strike here as they will have, unless there's a penalty flag I did not see. Nope, they will have. Am I missing something, Brooks, here?
Well, it looks like a first down.
It looks like I believe a gain of 9, but the chain gang is not moving, is my confusion. But I didn't see a flag. And now they're moving backwards here. And it's another hold on the Mustangs.
And I see the ref picking up the flag now. Laundry hidden behind some bodies. Yeah, holding called on Central on yet another screen play. Central kind of just relying on those screens and has had some great success in this series alone.
So instead of 3rd down and 1, it's 3rd down and 11. Tate Gary with one big catch already at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a fake of the handoff, a quarterback keeper. He will find it himself, and Jack Gordon will get inside the 15 all the way up to the 12-yard line, finally picking up that elusive first down.
Yeah, Gordon with that classic read option, the same exact play he scored on earlier this game. Reading that end and watching him fly outside, wanting to take down the running back, just pulls it himself and takes it up the gut. Now just short of the first down.
I was going to say, they're actually going to motion. This is, nope, there it is. I thought it was a first down. So they will move the sticks. Central can still pick up the first down without scoring. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Salina South 14-yard line. Gordon takes the snap. Another handoff up the middle. There's a little bit of room, enough to get to the 5 as Keaton Smith knifes his way to the inside. That's a big gain there. They're actually going to give him 8. And it sets up 2nd and 2 here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Smith wasting no time trying to cut left or right. Just putting his cleats in the carpet and shooting right up the middle between the guard and the center.
Tyrus Young checks into the ball game here, the tight end for the Mustangs. 2nd down and 2 from the 5. Gordon takes it himself. One rushing touchdown already. Not going to find one here. Boy, South was keen to that. Bryce Doonan, one of the big boys, in on the tackle, and it's a loss of 2 to set up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Doonan taking the helmet off of Gordon there. Gordon's going to have to come out of play.
Central's got timeouts. They could use one here if they wanted to make sure he could come back onto the field.
Oh, they're going to allow Gordon to stay on.
I was going to say, that was Abram Owings, the backup quarterback who sprinted on. He knew what was going on, but yeah, they're going to let him strap it back up and continue here. Big 3rd and 3 for the Salina Central Mustangs. Another shotgun set for Gordon, rolling out to the left-hand side. It's a designed run play, looking to get to the edge. He is going to have enough for the first down, but we've got one flag already and more late pushing and shoving in the end zone between a Cougar and a Mustang, and we got to see if this is going to give Central a first down or if they're going to back themselves up again.
Yeah, flag flying in during the play. Looked like what would most likely have been called holding as Gordon tries to get to the outside.
And it is. I don't know if it's holding exactly, but this is going back. Yeah, it's another hold. Central is going to have to fix a lot of things here at the half. They are fortunate to hold a lead. By the way, a 1-point lead over their biggest rival. You got to tip your cap to the way South's been playing, but Central has shot themselves in the foot so many times in the first half, they may already be running shy of ammunition.
Yeah, Central just needing to not beat themselves and try to just stop worrying about the other team and getting unnecessary penalties.
3rd down and 12 from the Cougar 15. Snap back to Gordon. 5-step drop. Dumps this over the middle. Has a receiver. It's a touchdown for the Mustangs. Salina Central got it on the post route. A beautiful route run and a good ball from Gordon as they are able to link that up. And it's Bodie Rodriguez, or Noah Peck, the junior, who hauls it in for the TD.
Yeah, Noah Peck coming across, starting to the number 1 receiver on the bottom of the screen. Good post route in the back of the end zone. Gordon delivering a perfect strike.
Extra point is on the way. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Central takes a 21-13 lead here in the Mayor's Cup matchup. Back with more when we return. Coverage of today's game brought to you by Conklin Cars in Salina.
Close your eyes. Now imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Central with a 21-13 lead over South. And a moment for us to remind you that coverage of today's game is brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance, also by the good folks at Billings Group, Bennington State Bank, Sage Products, Messenger Total Promotions, and Salina Pain Clinic. Salina South is going to have 2 minutes and 14 seconds to try and find an answer as they trail by their biggest margin today. South led for most of the first quarter. They led for a good chunk of the second quarter as well, but since then the Mustangs have scored 14 unanswered, and they will kick this away. Both teams have been keeping the kickoff short. Keep an eye on the up men at the 20-yard line here for the Cougars. Those are the guys who have been getting the ball here as of late. And Central will actually allow this one to float all the way back to the 15. It's going to be dropped by Myers. And the official's a little bit late to blow the play dead, but a muffed return is going to pin the Mustangs, or rather the Cougars, back deep in their own territory with 2:11 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Myers there just started to take off before he had complete control of the football there. Drops it. Falls to the ground and then picks it up with his knee on the ground. Just going to down it there. Fortunate to come up with the football as Mustangs were hauling in on him.
So Salina Central with the defense on the field. And here comes Landon Putnam, Jackson Myers, and the rest of this offense. Boy, Myers has been phenomenal today. He is going to line up at the bottom of your screen here. Always keep an eye on number 4 in green. Putnam back in the shotgun. 2 receivers split out to either side, and there it is. They'll fire it out. Caught by Myers, who is tackled at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on first down, and it'll stop the clock for South with 2:06 to go here before halftime.
Yeah, heavy hit there between Myers and a Mustang on the sideline. Myers lowering the shoulder and bringing the boom.
Central, or South, ready to go here. Once again, a shotgun set. They are going to send the back. Well, we'll have to wait and see what the whistle is for here. As
be a timeout injury, and some Central teammates are just going to, injury on the field, but it's not quite on the field.
Well, and you saw they motioned. They motioned for the injured player to be moved a little further back from the field. And here's how, again, we don't speculate on injuries here, Brooks, but here's how you can tell that was probably a cramp. All 3 players and the trainer just grabbed the guy and pushed him back a good 5 yards away from the field. He is up now under his own power, all stretched out. Of course, cramps always a problem early on in the season. That was Elijah Duxler, the DB. While we've got a break in the action, I want to remind you that Salina's coolest hangout spot is the Cellar on Santa Fe. Enjoy your favorite beverage in a relaxing atmosphere along with K-State football and KU football on Saturdays. The Cellar in downtown Salina. Come on and sip a while. Salina South's been sipping on a whole lot of Jackson Myers receptions in this first half. Don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but Brooks, he has been crisp and clean so far today.
He certainly has. And Putnam will have to go 2-minute drill. We'll see how many times he'll have to connect with Myers as they try to storm down the field and get some points on the board before halftime.
2:06 to go here, second quarter. Myers lined up at the bottom of your screen. Putnam back in the shotgun. Trips to the right is the look. He'll take the snap, rolling out to the right side of the field. Evading pressure, dumps it out. Catch is made for the first. That is a really good reception. Colton Herbal, the 5'6" junior, makes the catch there. And it should be enough for a first down here. We'll see if they do, in fact, move the sticks.
Yeah, good job by South developing that flood, having multiple receivers from that triple side give different looks.
Bad snap here. Putnam picks it up, has to make something out of this, tries to air it out downfield. Boy, all sorts of chaos unfolded on that play, as that time Salina South was looking for Jay Curtis. And it's going to be incomplete. Boy, an underthrown ball, but one that Curtis was almost able to make his way back to.
Yeah, an undersnapped and then that underthrow that hanging up for a second, Tyler, I thought could have turned into a Central interception.
Well, and for a moment, it also looked like Central might have bitten on trying to come in and get on that football hard enough that, boy, South almost had a streaking open wide receiver downfield. Instead, it's second down and 10. Again, the clock does stop with 1:43 to go here before halftime. Putnam takes it, fires this out. Bad pass. It's going to be off the back of a Central defender who could not have possibly known it was there. That's Abram Owings, the safety. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 here for the Cougars.
Yeah, Owings just screaming down with his eyes locked in on Myers, expecting the ball to hit Myers in the chest. Putnam been pretty accurate most of this game, first quarter especially, but leaves that ball out in front, and it hits Owens right in the ear hole as he's staring at Myers, expecting him to get the football.
Owings almost turned around like he thought that was an offensive player that whacked him in the back of the head. It was just the football. 3rd down and 10. Central wants to blitz. They bring 5. They're chasing Putnam around. He's running like a punt returner. He has to throw it away. And a 4th down and 10 is now coming up. And now, if you're Salina Central, you're thinking about, you've got all 3 of your timeouts still remaining here. And now you've got a chance to get the ball back with 1:30 to go.
Yeah, Central with a great opportunity here to put themselves really in the driver's seat going into halftime. If they can get some points out of this here, we'll see what South's punt unit will come out and do for the Cougars.
Bodie Rodriguez is back deep to return this punt. He'll stand at his own 45-yard line. And this is going to be blown dead before it even has a chance to develop.
We'll see what that penalty was. And it'll be a false start on the Cougars.
Wow.
Pinning them back even further in their own territory.
You may have noticed I have not given the punter's name. There are only, matter of fact, there's one spot on the whole roster I was given that's empty in the namespace, and it is number 84, who is the Cougar punter. He will kick it away. This is likely not going to be returnable. Yeah, Central's just going to let that roll down to the 45, and another late flag comes in from the sideline, and Coach Sandbo and the whole Central coaching staff are irate about this. Because whatever it was, Brooks, I didn't see it. It looks like it's going to be more yards against the Mustangs.
It certainly does, and it looks like a 2-for-1 deal, Tyler, as the ref threw the flag and then running in throws his hat. That's what the refs do when they're out of their flag and they see another foul committed. They'll throw their hat. This might be a 2-for-1 on the same player. He may or may not be ejected from this ball game, Tyler.
I mean, if it is, like you said, 2 unsportsmanlikes and your day is done. But I haven't been counting. I think Central's had 5 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties already today. They've got guys that are on thin ice. They cannot afford to lose in this game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. One of those things that we've almost lost count of here, Tyler. Certainly not a statistic that you want to be able to lose count of. It's something that you just can't have in your football program. Central with the lead, but you wonder what it would look like if they didn't have those mistakes. And it'll be 2 penalties on the same player. Fortunately, only one of those penalties wasn't unsportsmanlike. First penalty being holding.
Those are both going to go against Abram Owings, the starting strong safety for this Central team. And again, I mean, for a defensive starter, you got to know. Here's the other thing. I want to commend South on 2 things here. South has played an excellent game of football as far as the football's been concerned. They also haven't let the moment get to them, though. Central has all but one of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, of which there have now been 7 in this game. South is playing like the more composed, under-control team, which is just not what you're used to seeing in this rivalry, at least not in the last couple years.
Yeah, just absolutely not getting involved in the mind games and keeping it clean on the South side in this first half. Central coaches, I'm sure, with an earful for their players as we go into halftime. Still a minute of 19 here to play in the first half. Excuse me.
Well, here's the other insane thing. I thought I misheard the referee, but I heard correctly. Half the distance to the goal, Brooks. They would have had it at the 40-yard line with 1:19 to go. Now they've got it at their own 15. Gordon takes the snap, rolls out to his right, fires this. The catch is made and able to duck out of bounds there. The receiver gets to the 25. That's a good play and a good gain for Central. Bodie Rodriguez hauls it in. And the Mustangs once again are on the move with 1:12 to go here before halftime.
Yeah, Rodriguez, nice corner route. Good over-the-shoulder kind of second phase ball there by Gordon.
Gordon once again in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires this out. He has a streaking receiver over the middle, but Brooks, we have another penalty flag down, and once again, it's in Central's backfield.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a holding on one of Central's offensive linemen.
Yep. Let me tell you something, Brooks. You and I both played football. There are not many games where you're going to take an 8-point lead into the locker room and just be horrified of the thrashing verbally that you're probably going to get in that locker room. With a lead.
Yes, with a lead.
Central will be backed up another 10 yards, and they almost throw an interception at the 10. And a bad situation almost becomes much worse as Jalen Cheeks just about got a Christmas present 4 months early.
Yeah, Cheeks reading that from the get-go, coming up. Gordon luckily throwing that ball short, or Cheeks would have caught it right at his chest and waltzed into the end zone.
If I'm Salina Central at this point, I'm almost content to take an 8-point lead into the locker room and just reset. It seems like only bad things can happen here in this next 1:04 on 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, and you wonder if that's what Central coaching staff is discussing as they decide their play.
See if they put it on the ground. They will. They'll do so with Gordon, who is dropped immediately. Big tackle made that time. Connor Riley gets in on the fun there for South. And the Cougars playing like a team that's up by a touchdown despite being down by 8. I cannot say enough good things about Salina South, Brooks. This team looks leaps and bounds better than the 0-9 product they've had out there the last 2 years.
Yeah, just putting their pass behind them and playing with passion here tonight. A good competitive first half.
Central back in the shotgun. Once again, Jack Gordon, 3rd down and 22 from their own 18-yard line. They are letting the clock wind down. 19 seconds left. 4 on the game clock, and I believe Central is going to burn a timeout. We'll take it with them. Mustangs lead it by 8, 21-13 our score. Final play of the first half when we return. Coverage of tonight's game brought to you by our friends down at the Salina branch of Conklin Cars.
Are you looking for a professional change? Salina Regional Health Center has immediate openings with our financial and revenue cycle departments. We are seeking highly motivated professionals for the following key positions: Registrar, Certified Professional Coder, Health Information Management Associate, Financial Counselors, and medical billing specialist. These full-time roles offer competitive salaries, comprehensive benefits, and in many cases, flexible scheduling with generous time-off policies. At Salina Regional Health Center, we foster a collaborative and supportive team environment. Interested candidates are invited to apply directly through our website at srhc.com. For further inquiries about these opportunities and others, please contact me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources at
Welcome back in here on our Game of the Week. Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson, the final play likely of the half, and it's going to be a pass here to the near sideline. Oh, almost able to haul that in. That was awfully close for Salina Central's Tate Gary, but it is an incompletion. It brings up 4th down, and with 9 seconds to go here in the half, Brooks, I am keeping this ball. I am not putting this ball in the same zip code as Jackson Myers. If I'm Central, I'm not letting. He does not touch this football. You kick this out of bounds or short. And they're going to run the fake. Well, that's one way to do it. Central runs the fake. You have that option when your quarterback is your punter, but that's not nearly enough. And now you're going to give South a crack at the end zone here. With 4 seconds to go, they're going to have a chance to double dip, Brooks. I don't understand that call at all.
My, oh, my. South getting the ball to start the second half as well here, Tyler. Let's remember that. Jeez, I'm speechless. I'm stumbling over my words trying to find, with the lead, Central electing rolling the dice and trying to convert 4th and 15.
Well, here's the other thing. We've seen South line up to go for field goals from this distance already. Maybe they take a shot at the end zone, and I think that's what they're going to do here. Or maybe they take a knee. I mean, you don't know, but that just seems like a gift given here to Salina South. And, yeah, they're going to bring the field goal unit onto the team and say thank you very much for the field position.
Well, in Salina South field goal unit locked and loaded, and Coach Sandbo out on the 30 having an earful to the ref.
They're trying to figure out their spot here. This is
on the other side.
This is curious. You've got South trying to figure out where exactly they're going to be. Coach Sandbo's out there. Now Coach Ozores is on the other side. Both guys are in the ear of one of our officials as they try to figure out where this ball gets spotted.
Yeah, Ozores and Sambo both pleading their cases for either side and both getting counseled by their own zebra.
So it's Easton Wilcox on to try what will be.
And Sambo's going to call a timeout, try to ice the kicker.
Okay. We'll go ahead and keep things right here and take this opportunity to remind you that today's game is brought to you by Messenger Total Promotions, the official apparel provider for the Salina Post Sports team. Boy, easy for me to say. See them in downtown Salina for high school swag like hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. They can custom make anything and have items for your car. Messenger Total Promotions in Salina, Minneapolis, and Junction City. Coming up on the halftime report, we will take a look around at other scores in our area on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. We'll also get you analysis on the first half of this one and get you back out for the second half of the Mayor's Cup. Salina Southbrook's looking awfully good here and a chance to cut the lead down even further. Trying to double dip, as they say, get a touchdown or get a score here on this side of the break and get a score on the other side. And here we go. Easton Wilcox on here for a 42-yarder. Central got a hand on and blocked one of these already. This time the kick is away. It's got the distance, but it is wide left. And that is how the half will come to an end. Salina Central, despite a myriad of mistakes, holds a 21-13 lead, but the Cougars will get the ball to start second half action. We will step away, but when we come back, it's the halftime report here on your Game of the Week, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas City.
Hi, Bud Conklin here, just running through a quick checklist of everything you need to know about the Conklin Automotive Group. Things like having 4 generations of Conklin serve you with 3 locations in Hutchinson, Newton, and Salina. Over 400 new and used vehicles on our lots with 10 makes of new cars. We've got what you need where you want it. Each location has a certified service department, and our 3 body shops are among the best in the state. If you want to shop somewhere else to spend more and get less, that's up to you. That's not what I would do, but I won't judge. So check us out online at ConklinCars.com.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at Salina Pain Clinic.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment, upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website, and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Are you looking for a professional change? Salina Regional Health Center has immediate openings with our financial and revenue cycle departments. We are seeking highly motivated professionals for the following key positions: Registrar, Certified Professional Coder, Health Information Management Associate, Financial Counselors, and Medical Billing Specialists. These full-time roles offer competitive salaries, comprehensive benefits, and in many cases, flexible scheduling with generous time-off policies. At Salina Regional Health Center, we foster a collaborative and supportive team environment. Interested candidates are invited to apply directly through our website at srhc.com. For further inquiries about these opportunities and others, please contact me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources at 785-452-7026. Salina Regional Health Center, taking care of you so you can care for others. It's the Salina Regional Health Center way.
Summer travel can damage and destroy your tires. Commercial Tire Centers encourages you to check for proper inflation. Underinflation or overinflation, along with the extreme Kansas heat, can cause a blowout, damage to your vehicle, and even cause accidents. Make sure your passenger car, truck, RV, and trailer tires are all ready to hit the road when you visit Commercial Tire. We'll even check your spare tire. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
September marks the 140th anniversary of Vernon Jewelers serving your family in downtown Salina. We will also celebrate the retirement of Gary and Patricia with a VIP red carpet event. 2 parties in the same evening on Saturday, September 7th. VIP pass is required for the largest selection of jewelry in Kansas. Hors d'oeuvres and fun. Get your VIP pass by registering on salinapost.com or stop by the store. Hurry, space is limited. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, where it's little things that matter since 1884.
Welcome back in here on the Halftime Report. Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson. It's our Game of the Week brought to you by our good friends at Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance, also by the Salina branch of Conklin Cars. At the half, Salina Central leads 21-13. Brooks, you would not know it, though, given the way this game has gone. It feels like Central should be down by 14, but they've managed to keep themselves in it. A lot of it has been their defense, just keeping Salina South out of the end zone, but far too many mistakes. And if you just tuned in, I mean, Brooks, we haven't been tracking the exact numbers, but something like 7, maybe even 8 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. I believe we've had at least 7 holding calls, a couple of false starts, a couple of pass interference. I mean, it has been a mess for Salina Central. They've got to find a way to get that tightened up.
Yeah, just a grocery list of self-inflicted wounds for the Mustangs here in the first half. Lucky to have the lead here at 21-13 between the halves here. Central just relying on some long ball saves and some defensive stops. South knocking on the door. A competitive first half. We saw a lot of different formations. We saw a ton of motions to get the defense confused or worrisome, and just a variety of play calling out of the Cougars to put themselves in a chance for a fight here in the second half.
Well, with that, let's go ahead and take a look around at some other scores happening on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. We've got a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad, and a little bit of the ugly. And let's start with the ugly. Brooks, southeast of Saline, 44-7. They lead Minneapolis. That game, you said third quarter?
Yeah, halftime currently, third quarter about to kick in. Trojans putting a whooping on the Lions.
Big time victory approaching here for southeast of Saline. Elsewhere in our area, Abilene is down 20-0 at the hands of a very good Clay Center team, and El Saline holds a narrow 16-12 lead over Hanover. To the east here, Smoky Valley trails Larned 30-16 at the half. Smith Center is up 8-0 on Chapman in a real defensive grind that out type of game. Beloit's got a 24-0 halftime lead over Lions in early third quarter. Ellsworth is up 26-8 on Sacred Heart. Just as a reminder to you, if you want to tune in for that Southeast of Saline game or the Ellsworth game, we've got coverage of those two, plus the Mayor's Cup matchup. Plenty of great area football games right here on Salina Post, and we'll be continuing to bring you coverage of games all season long on Salina Post on our YouTube page, and of course for Southeast of Saline on KINA. That's 9:10 a.m. or 107.5 FM. Also, just as a reminder, a good local college football game coming your way tomorrow. Kansas Wesleyan takes on Bethany College down just a little ways up the road, and we'll have coverage of that one coming your way on KINA. And you can tune in on 9:10 a.m. or 107.5 FM tomorrow, and 11 a.m. kickoff. But, of course, here it's the Mayor's Cup matchup. It's a 21-13 lead for Salina Central, and we're back with more halftime coverage when we return. You're tuned in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, brought to you today by Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance and the Salina branch of Conklin Cars.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Hi, Bud Conklin here, just running through a quick checklist of everything you need to know about the Conklin Automotive Group. Things like having 4 generations of Conklin serve you with 3 locations in Hutchinson, Newton, and Salina. Over 400 new and used vehicles on our lots with 10 makes of new cars. We've got what you need where you want it. Each location has a certified service department, and our 3 body shops are among the best in the state. If you want to shop somewhere else to spend more and get less, that's up to you. That's not what I would do, but I won't judge. So check us out online at ConklinCars.com.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Are you looking for a professional change? Salina Regional Health Center has immediate openings with our financial and revenue cycle departments. We are seeking highly motivated professionals for the following key positions: Registrar, Certified Professional Coder, Health Information Management Associate, Financial Counselors, and Medical Billing Specialists. These full-time roles offer competitive salaries, comprehensive benefits, and in many cases, flexible scheduling with generous time-off policies. At Salina Regional Health Center, we foster a collaborative and supportive team environment. Interested candidates are invited to apply directly through our website at srhc.com. For further inquiries about these opportunities and others, please contact me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources at 785-452-7026. Salina Regional Health Center, taking care of you so you can care for others. It's the Salina Regional Health Center way.
Summer travel can damage and destroy your tires. Commercial Tire Centers encourages you to check for proper inflation. Underinflation or overinflation, along with the extreme Kansas heat, can cause a blowout, damage to your vehicle, and even cause accidents. Make sure your passenger car, truck, RV, and trailer tires are all ready to hit the road when you visit Commercial Tire. We'll even check your spare tire. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
September marks the 140th anniversary of Vernon Jewelers serving your family in downtown Salina. We will also celebrate the retirement of Gary and Patricia with a VIP red carpet event. 2 parties in the same evening on Saturday, September 7th. VIP pass is required for the largest selection of jewelry in Kansas. Hors d'oeuvres and fun. Get your VIP pass by registering on salinapost.com or stop by the store. Hurry, space is limited. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, where it's little things that matter since 1884.
Welcome back to Salina Stadium. Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson as the Salina Central Mustangs currently hold a 21-13 lead over Salina South. And Brooks got about a minute left here on the halftime clock. Overall, I would ask what you feel like the two teams need to do better. Let's start with Salina South. I realize that they trail. I've been really impressed with what I've seen out of them, but coming into a second half like this, you're only down by 8 points. Well, you just get the sense you're going for the win here. You don't want to come out with a respectable, commendable loss against your biggest rival. You're within striking distance. You're looking for a way to go get this done.
Yeah, 100%. Cougars with a great fighting chance here against the Mustangs here in the second half, and they're going to come out swinging. A lot of good things from the Cougars in this opening half against the Mustangs. A ton of strong defensive stops and great play calling, some fantastic offensive series, just moving the ball down the field. A good variety of run to pass, inside, outside, and just a lot of good things. South needs to stop the deep ball. They can't bite on Gordon's pump fakes. He's been killing them with that. We'll see how much Sambo will go back to that in his play calling in this second half. So, yeah, that's what I got for the Cougars here, Tyler. Stop the deep ball. Don't bite on the pump fake. And just keep everything in front. We'll see if they can get in striking distance, like you said, and close that lead.
It seems like for Salina South, it's don't let Jack Gordon beat you. For Salina Central, it's don't beat yourselves. I mean, I know we keep hammering on that drum. We don't have the exact number. I guarantee you, despite the fact that – think about this for a second. A whole half into this football game, I guarantee you that Salina South has fewer yards of total offense than what Central has given them in penalty yards on both sides of the ball. That is a problem. They're going to have to find a way to tighten that up. And they haven't been little false start penalties. These are unsportsmanlike conduct. These are extracurriculars. These are face mask calls, 15 yards, free first downs. You take that off the board, Central could be up right now by 3, maybe even 4 scores.
Yeah, just egregious mistakes that you can't make in a game against your crosstown rivals who you want to just punish. And you need to understand that in the moment and not let it get bigger than yourself and make a costly mistake for your team. Central gave a ton of first downs to South in this opening half. We'll see, what kind of speech they heard in there in that locker room and how it will affect their mindset here in the second half. Hopefully they can keep their mouths shut and talk with their pads. That's what you want to see at any game.
I don't know what was said. I feel as though it was said loudly, one way or the other. Before we get into second half action, I want to remind you that coverage of today's game is brought to you by the coolest hangout spot in Salina. It's the Cellar on Santa Fe. Enjoy your favorite beverage in a relaxing atmosphere along with K-State and KU football on Saturday. The Cellar in downtown Salina. Come sip a while. Again, we've talked a little bit more about this game, this rivalry, but Brooks, this is the 55th meeting of the Mayor's Cup matchup. For some of these kids, not only did their parents play in this rivalry, there are kids playing in this game whose parents were not alive when this rivalry started.
Yeah, the classic Salina Mayor's Cup. Can't get any better for it to start the 2024 season off. About to get underway here in the second half. 30 seconds to go.
So, as we get ready to roll here, Salina South will take the kickoff to start the second half. They missed a field goal at the end of the second quarter. Most of their offense, Brooks, has come through the air. Just from what we've seen today, you get the feeling it's probably going to have to continue that way if they're going to keep moving the football. Right now, I mean, you could make some adjustments, but Central's just been loading that box. They have not allowed South to get away with much on the ground.
Yeah, they certainly haven't. Central just relied on that 3-4 box and linebackers and defensive linemen working well in their gap scheme and relying on each other through that run game.
So it will be, again, the Mustangs to kick this away. And I'm not sure if we've got a little confusion or what exactly is going on here. Central now gets the kickoff unit onto the field. They're ready to go. Neither team has been willing to kick deep to the other in this game, and I don't really blame either side, especially when you look at the guys that are back there to return. Jackson Myers and Armani Redmond have both been really shifty in this contest for Salina South. If you're Central, you don't want to give those guys free lanes to run.
Yeah, a lot of different looks from the kickoffs from both teams throughout this game. Never know how we could start second half here. Could be something tricky, or it could just be a deep one.
8-point lead for Salina Central. South to get the football here. It is week 1 of the high school football season in Class 5A, and it's a crosstown rivalry that dates back 55 years. Second half is underway. The kick is going to be fielded here at the 25-yard line. It's cut back by Colton Herbal. A flag flies. Herbal bounces to the outside, trying to beat his man to the seam. And we are going to have to check the laundry here on the big return. Is it coming back, or are we going to see even more free penalty yards given up by the Mustangs?
Yeah, Herbal showing off that speed. Had a block out there on the left hash and cut it upfield, turned up down the numbers, and put the shoulder into a man on the sideline, getting another extra yard.
Looks like this might be coming back here. There may have been a reason that he had as big of a seam as what he did. Yep. So it's a hold against Salina South. This time they get Jay Curtis, actually Ryan Puckett, on the holding call. So South will still take over, but not in quite as good a field position. And as the third quarter is underway, it's Landon Putnam and company back on the field here, looking to strike and perhaps even tie this up if they elect to go for 2. Still a long way to go to get there, though. Central's defense, really, the Central defensive unit outside of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, Brooks, has been pretty good in this game, save for a couple of blown coverages early in the first quarter.
Yeah, really good pursuit throughout the game to the ball, whether it be on the sideline or right in the box.
Putnam in the shotgun, 2 receivers off to the right-hand side, sends his tight end in motion. He will take a rollout under pressure immediately, grabbed from behind, no space to work with. It's going to be a big quarterback sack for the D-line. Connor Carter and Zach Callisti both got back there. Carter there to make the tackle, and it's a loss of 1 here against the Cougars.
Yeah, Carter just continuing to show that strength. The 6'1", 205 junior for Central. Another tackle in the backfield.
Cougars slowing down the pace just a little bit here. And not really in a big hurry. No reason to be at this point. Only down by 1 score. Still a whole half of football left to be played. Putnam will get back to work here. Sends the man in motion, this time the opposite direction. And the play blown dead before it even has a chance to transpire.
Yeah, it looks like the motion man kind of stuttered forward. Yep, he certainly did. One of those penalties, Tyler's, that you're going to see in Week 1 football. You just want to see less of it. That man trying to shuffle across the line to get into position, finds himself leaning forward before the snap.
Well, that has not been a common mistake made by South. Again, I have been thoroughly impressed with the job Christian Azores has done with these guys. They have been very disciplined in this game. We'll back him up 5 yards here, though, for a 2nd down and 17. Putnam back in the shotgun. Low snap, picks it up immediately under pressure. He is going to be sacked at the 2-yard line. There was so much pressure on that play, I thought that South was setting up a screen. Instead, Zach Callisti and Connor Carter both coming through unblocked. And that is a huge loss. It is going to be, 3rd down and a mile to go here for Salina South.
Yeah, Callisti and Carter just give Putnam nowhere to go. Both running with their hands up at him, too, just taking away any chance of throwing the ball away. Putnam also in the tackle box, had nothing to do but just take the sack.
James McKinney lined up as the defensive end here on the near side. He's been wreaking havoc as well. They stay in the shotgun again. There is pressure. They're coming after Putman. They're chasing him back in his own end zone. He has to get rid of this, and he will, but it's going to be 4th down, and the punt team is going to have to come on for Salina South in dangerous territory here, Brooks. They got to make sure they get this punt away.
Yeah, not only do they have to make sure they get this punt away, they need to make sure it's a clean, secured snap. South's long snapper having to snap it to his punter, who's standing in the back of the end zone. South's long snapper is Maddox Gittard,
Bodie Rodriguez back deep to return. Central's got an up man at the 30 as well in case somebody gets a hand on it. And somebody might have gotten a little something there. It was a reasonable punt, but it's going to be good field position. And for the first time in the second half, Central's offense takes over. They're going to do it at the south 35-yard line.
Yeah, kind of a rush punt there. Another good rush from the punt return crew of Central, getting back there and making the punter uncomfortable. Central is starting in really good field position here on South 35.
Yeah, great chance to extend the lead to 2 scores. Central has scored the last 2 touchdowns of this game. It's been 14 unanswered for the Mustangs. Jack Gordon in the shotgun set. 3 receivers split off to the left-hand side. He will give this on a stretch play. That's Keaton Smith looking for room up to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st and 10. And the Mustangs wanting to go right back to the ground here early in this drive.
Yeah, Mustangs coming out in the 10 personnel, 4 receivers. Now switching to the 10 personnel, bringing in that tight end. That's Tyrus Young checking into the ball game in that sniffer set.
2 receivers off to the right-hand side here for Gordon. He's been used in the running game himself. Here's a handoff up the gut, trying to find room. There is none. Javin Brown wraps up Keaton Smith. It's going to be a loss on the play, and a 3rd and 1, or rather a 2nd and 1 is going to turn into about a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Brown met Smith at the line of scrimmage and said, "This way is closed."
They're going to say no loss on the play with forward progress, so now it is 3rd and 1, and Gordon, he's going to pick that up himself. Took a big shot there at the end of the play. That's the thing for Jack Gordon, too. He's put on a little size here. Not a ton, but a little bit in the offseason. Checking in at 188 pounds now, the 5'11" senior, getting it done with his legs.
Yeah, Gordon with just a quick up-tempo snap there, kind of just leaving the Cougars unsure of their defensive set, picks up the quick first down.
South trying to get somebody on the field here. It's a safety, and a chance now for Central to take advantage, and they do. They are going to target the safety. Freshly checked into the game. It's hauled in the back of the end zone, and Salina Central has scored 21 unanswered. Bodie Rodriguez went up and got it. It's a big man touchdown for Rodriguez, and the Mustangs lead 28-13.
.27 currently, but we'll see if they can stretch it to 28 after the extra point. Man, how about that recognition by Jack Gordon, seeing the freshly checked in DB and just targeting it and putting it up top for Rodriguez to go up and get 6.
PAT is good. Make it 28 now, and it's 21 unanswered for the Central Mustangs, who have a 2-score lead here in the Mayor's Cup matchup. Back with more when we return. Coverage of today's game brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Welcome back in here on our Game of the Week presented by the Salina branch of Conklin Cars. Whether you want to buy new or used, go see Conklin Cars for your next ride. Salina Central with a 28-13 lead here in this game over Salina South. And Brooks, they have now targeted 3 different wide receivers, but you love the recognition there from Jack Gordon. He knew the safety was sprinting onto the field, didn't know quite where he was set up, and he targeted the guy who was just checked in for South.
Yeah, Coach Ozoro kicking himself. They're not having to call timeout as one of his reliable free safeties, Kobe Henley, was limping off the field. He had to check in a young guy.
Here's a really short kick. Central almost came down on top of that. That was almost I don't even know if it was a purposeful. They almost got an onside kick out of the deal there, Brooks.
Yeah, Central just kind of dropping it where no one was, and almost that Bermuda Triangle of a kickoff return set. South guys just kind of caught looking at each other, wondering who's going to make the play. Fortunately, a Cougar comes up with the football and keeps the ball in possession of the green and yellow.
Well, and I would kick that ball there every time because South, their kickoff return scheme leaves a lot of empty space there in the middle of the field. But either way, the offense back onto the field here for South. They have got to find an answer here. Now down by 2 possessions. 28-13 our score. Handoff again going nowhere. Central has just completely shut down the run. There is no space to work with. That time it was Connor Carter on the tackle, and it's a loss of 1 for the Cougars.
Yeah, Mustangs just looking fresh in this third quarter. You wonder what kind of team is more in shape in this game to start the year. It certainly helps as we approach the halfway mark of this third quarter.
2nd and 11. Trip bunch to the right side. It's a little reverse toss. That finds its way back to Colton Herbal, who's trying to get his way to the edge. He will find the sideline. That's a first down and more. As Herbal finds his way to the 48, that's a big gain on a little trickeration for Salina South.
Yeah, Herbal coming out of the reverse. Little shake and go hezzy and finds the edge and hits that burst. Man, Herbal can wheel, almost a Deuce Vaughn-like player. Herbal short in stature, but makes up for it with the wheels, getting around that edge and turning it up.
We've seen good speed out of the junior on display today. They'll go in the same formation here. Trips bunch off to the right, and, well, yeah, somebody moved there. I'm going to guess that's a false start.
Yeah, Brady Oliver in the tight end position. Going to find himself jumping, trying to what looked like set up a bubble screen out of that bunch set as he was getting aggressive with that man lined up across. South with a big chunk play, shooting themselves in the foot. Unfortunate for the Cougars.
That'll back them up here. It'll be 1st down and 15 for the Cougars. 7:24 left to go here in quarter number 3. Staying with that Trips bunch off on the right-hand side, and Putnam is dropped in the backfield. It's another sack. Oh, my goodness. Salina South, or Central, gets back with the heat. It was Braden Hassey who came up and made the tackle. And this offensive line for Salina South just struggling to contain the wall of water that is the Central defense.
Yeah, Hassey got through the line scot-free. Didn't touch a South body until it was Landon Putman. The Cougar quarterback had nowhere to go but down.
So
Hassey out of a cannon on that play.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and a long way to go. I believe 2nd and 20. They move the bunch to the right side of the formation. They do want to go on the ground, and it's a fake. That's still going to go nowhere. Boy, Central got caught on the read and still were able to create enough separation to get off the block and make the tackle. And that's the kind of athletes you're dealing with. Even when you scheme the play correctly, just trying to get that separation is so hard against this front.
Yeah, just big bodies that are athletes. This Central front, out of this 3-4 scheme, just shutting down anything in the box.
Brooks, this is 3rd and 22. Long way to go here for the Cougars. 3 receivers off to the right-hand side. Putnam rolling that way. Wants to uncork a deep ball. He's got a man. It's a 1st down catch, and it's going to be made at the 40-yard line. Going up to get it to Reek Stevens. And all of the sudden, Landon Putnam pulls the rabbit out of the hat and picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, Stevens going up and high-pointing that ball. A great pass on another flood concept from the Cougars running to that Trips receiver side.
They like the Trips look here. It's worked for them on this drive. This is the most effectively they've moved the ball since they picked up their last touchdown. It came early in the 2nd quarter on the first possession. Since then, they've not been on the board. Once again, Putnam wants to take a shot, goes deep. He's got a man pushed into the end zone. No flag thrown there. Might have been a little push off that time, but I think they're going to roll ultimately. That was not a catchable ball for Colton Herbal, who was streaking over the middle of the field. I like South here taking their shots, though.
Yeah, Herbal had a man beat, but was needing a perfect over-the-shoulder pass. Putnam, he's been taking some shots here. You wonder how much that affects the accuracy of the deep ball.
Boy, Landon Putnam, I mean, he has got a good cannon of an arm. He's honed that for 3 years, missed some time with an injury last year. Jackson Koslow had to step in for him at quarterback, and well, you could just tell in training camp how much he wanted to get back on the field. He's here now with a big chance. 2nd down and 10, another handoff and another loss of 6. Boy, the Mustangs just converging.
Yeah, Cougars switched to the 11-man personnel, bringing in the tight end. Central recognizes it, expects a run, and just stuffs it in the backfield before it can get anywhere. Good recognition by Central's defense. Nice communication there from Tyrus Young, the linebacker, up to his defensive lineman.
You wonder how much depth plays a role in a game like this, especially the deeper and the longer this game goes. 3rd and 15 here for South. They were able to convert on a 3rd and 22. They want to take another shot again down the sideline. This time it is incomplete and a late flag flies. It's in the area where you question pass interference, and boy, I don't know, Brooks. Abram Owings in coverage. They were looking for Jackson Myers down that sideline. I thought there was more contact on the previous play, which didn't get called for PI, but we'll see what the call is here. So it is going to be a 15-yard penalty. And Salina South once again receiving free yardage in bunches from this Salina Central defense. Here's the interesting rule in high school football, though, Brooks. It's 15 yards. It's not a free first down. This is now 3rd and 1. They still have to pick this up.
Oh, no, Tyler. And it looks like South flinched, and 5 yards of this is going to get erased.
So 3rd and 15 turns into 3rd and 2. Or, sorry, 3rd and 17. Turns into 3rd and 2. Turns into 3rd and 7.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, as high school football players trade penalties, a commonplace in Week 1 high school football.
It's got me shuddering, thinking back to my days in arithmetic class. I can get you to 10. If I take off my shoes and socks, I can get you to 20, but that's about the best I can do. It will be 3rd down and 7 here from the Mustang 36-yard line. Central trying to get off the field. They've had some chances here, Brooks, to get off the field, notably 3rd and 22. Right now trying to do just that on a 3rd and 7. 2 receivers on either side. Snap back to Putman, rolling out that way, under pressure, steps up, flag flies. He is going to throw a duck that is incomplete, but what is the flag for?
Yeah, flag back on the right hash where Putman was rolling out of. You wonder if it's a holding. I only guessed that from the position of the flag. We'll see what it shakes out to be.
With the amount of laundry on the floor in this game, I mean, it's looking like my college dorm room out here. This has been tough. And again, it's been both teams, but it had been a whole lot of Central in the first half. Right now, it's a lot of South, and we'll see if this goes against them. Yeah.
Yeah, South just trying to give Putman another second to get the ball off. Will find themselves out of frame and in a compromised position, going to commit a holding penalty.
So, Brooks, it was 3rd down and 17. We had a pass interference call that made it 3rd and 2. Then a false start makes it 3rd and 7. And now a hold is going to make it 3rd and 15 again. All that, and we're right back where we started.
Deja vu, Tyler.
Putnam with 3 receivers off to the right-hand side. He'll take a 2-step drop. Looking out to goes deep over the middle. Actually, no, to the near sideline, and he's got a man. Touchdown, Salina South. And it's a big one as Landon Putman gets the hookup to Jay Curtis, the sophomore, streaking down the near sideline.
And Putnam hits Central
And we got
with his own pump fake.
Brooks, we got another flag.
Oh, my, oh, my.
And it's an offensive hold. And this is coming back. I don't believe what I'm seeing, Brooks. That is 6 straight plays with a penalty.
Oh, man. And you can feel the gasp and the air getting taken out of the south side of the stadium. My, oh, my. What a pass by Putnam there. Right over the shoulder into the hands of.
Yeah, they were found the sophomore on that play. It was Jay Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis with a great hitch and go there. The perfect deep ball.
And now, well,
we are still on this third down, folks. We have been on this third down for quite some time. We have seen many results.
South was able to pick it up on 3rd and 22. This is a 3rd and 26. Putman trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat, rolling out to his right. Wants to uncork it deep. Oh, that is not going to get the job done.
Oh, my, oh, my.
And finally, Brooks, it is no longer 3rd down. We are free of 3rd down after 7 attempts.
Wow, and after everyone catches their breath and South shakes their heads after what could have been 6 points gets taken away by a holding penalty on the Cougars. South now with their punt unit out to boot it away.
That is one of the more absurd things that I have seen. 7 straight plays, all 3rd down on the same possession.
Oh,
and a bad
no.
snap is over the head of the punter. That's going to roll all the way back to the 18, and the Mustangs are going to take over inside the red zone.
Yeah, an unfortunate snap for the Cougars will leave. Well, it's going to leave the South defense in desperation for a stop, as Mustangs will set up shop on the South 18-yard line. My, oh, my.
4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and the Mustangs with an opportunity to score what could be their 4th unanswered touchdown if they can find a way to convert here. Jack Gordon with one back for company in the shotgun takes a high snap. It'll be a handoff right side. That goes for a short gain. Central still trying to establish that run here early on.
Yes, Central sticking in the 10 personnel, 4 receivers out there running the ball. South just too many men in the box to block. Stopping that right for only a short gain of about 4.
Central, though, is able to collect 4. It's 2nd down and 6 now for the Mustangs, who have got a different back out there. Cooper Reeves is checked in now at running back. Gordon steps back, fires over the middle. It's incomplete, broken up. Good coverage that time by the South secondary. Give the credit on the stop to Kobe Henley, the sophomore. That's the other thing, Brooks. This is a very young secondary. They've got a sophomore and a junior at both corner and safety. So a lot of youth at one of the biggest positions on the field.
Yeah, certainly so. Nice play by the young man, breaking up what could have been a touchdown.
3rd and 6 for Gordon and the Mustangs. Gordon rolls out to his left, under some pressure, fires it out, catch is made. That'll be enough for the 1st down as the Coyotes get the hook up. Bodie Rodriguez able to haul that pass in. And Central should be looking, well, see where they marked this. I thought he got enough for the 1st, and yes, he does. It's 1st down and goal, and they will set it up at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, again from the 6, running it out to the left side, up to the 5, maybe the 4 goes Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon tracked down there from behind, unable to get through the goal line.
Cooper Reeves remains the back in the ball game here for Salina Central.
And Gordon's going to check out.
Yeah, and we've got Abram Owings, the backup quarterback, in alongside Cooper Reeves. Let's see what the look is here. Owings tries to cut this to the left side, breaks a tackle, he's in the end zone. And Abram Owings scores the 4th straight unanswered touchdown for Salina Central. They have taken a huge 21-point lead with 2:25 in the third.
Yeah, Abram Owens checks in for Gordon there, runs the option and sees his opening as all the green and yellow fade to the outside, expecting it to be in the running back's hands. Owens jogs in untouched for another 6 points.
Elijah Duxler on to kick the PAT. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Salina Central got down early in this game, but since then it's been all Mustangs. We'll be back with more when we return. Coverage of today's game brought to you by our friends at Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance.
Hi, Bud Conklin here, just running through a quick checklist of everything you need to know about the Conklin Automotive Group. Things like having 4 generations of Conklin serve you with 3 locations in Hutchinson, Newton, and Salina. Over 400 new and used vehicles on our lots with 10 makes of new cars. We've got what you need where you want it. Each location has a certified service department, and our 3 body shops are among the best in the state. If you want to shop somewhere else to spend more and get less, that's up to you. That's not what I would do, but I won't judge. So check us out online at ConklinCars.com.
Welcome back in. Coverage of our Game of the Week brought to you by our friends at Conklin Cars in Salina. For your next new or used vehicle, head on down and see them to pick up your next ride. Salina Central is riding high right now. Again, it was South that got on the board first. It was 7-0, 7-7, 13-7. Since then, it's been all Mustangs. They have scored 4 unanswered touchdowns. And with a little time remaining here in the third quarter, Brooks, you get the feeling Salina South, there is no longer an option. You have to score on this next possession.
Yeah, you certainly do. South with their back against the wall right now, needing to rise up and fight back and try to get this ball game back within reach. Central wanting to stretch it out.
Elijah Duxler has this ball on the tee. Now you see a slight shift in the philosophy. There is somebody in the middle of the field now, where Central had kicked that short ball last time and almost jumped back on it for a deep onside kick. One hand in the air here for Duxler, who will now kick this deep. It's going to be fielded at about the 15, and South is going to get to the 30. That is where Central will push him out. And another late flag here on the Central sideline. Again, I didn't see what that one was, but given the number of gray jerseys, I'd imagine this is going against Central.
Yeah, given the position and the timing of the flag, looks like we could be looking at yet another unsportsmanlike against Central.
The penalty yardage in this game, again, I wish we had live stats on that. It has been staggering. Both teams have given up a lot in terms of yardage, but Central's just been unprecedented. Yep. So Salina Central is going to get an unsportsmanlike penalty on somebody whose number, I might add, is not on the official roster we were given of guys who were expected to play today.
Yeah, it looks like it was a kiddo who was not even in the game, jawing to an opposing player. Again, just something you can't have on your football program. Central with the lead, but could be a much bigger one if they were to just clean up their act.
15 yards, 1st and 10. South is going to motion everybody out here. Boy, 4 guys go in motion after everybody was tucked in tight. Putnam, pump fakes, wants to run it up the middle. No room there. Central has just stuffed the run. There's been no space for South to operate on the ground at all. And once again, it's a big tackle, that time by Tyrus Young.
Yeah, it's like we go blow for blow here a little bit, Tyler, as Central hurts themselves and then the opponent and then themselves and then the opponent. Another nice hit stick there by a Central defensive lineman.
Sets up 2nd down and 10 here for Putnam. 2 receivers split off to the left-hand side. He'll take the snap, deflected, almost intercepted. Boy, Central just about came up with a big pick there as they got a big old bear paw on that ball. That time around, I believe that was Alva Payne. Got a hand on that. Sets up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, now South having to go into a bag of tricks here. Not a good position to be, 3rd and long. Down a couple of scores.
So far today, Salina South, for whatever you want to say about the offense, has not gone 3 and out. And they are going to throw a deep ball to no one. A little miscommunication that time between quarterback and receiver as Jay Curtis came back on the route. And it's now 4th and 10, and we may very well see the first 3 and out here for Salina South.
South's offense still on the field looking for the play call. We'll see how Coach Ozoros wants to go about it. Again, wanting to start his career as a South head football coach with a win.
Well, and really at this point in the game, I mean, not much to lose. Down 3 possessions, trying to make something happen. I don't mind this call at all. They're going to keep the offense on the field. They will try to take another shot, but again, there's nobody home on the sideline, and it's a 3 and out here for Salina South as Central once again takes over in Cougar territory.
Yeah, Putnam just miscommunication with his receivers on that 3rd and 4th down. Not even close to a receiver on either of those passes. You know, you want to see a competitive game. You want to see plays coordinated well. Unfortunate when there's just a miscue.
Would not expect Salina Central to ease off the gas anytime soon here as their offense comes back onto the field. And we talked about it in the pregame show. Depth, a big difference between these two. Central with a whole lot more of it right now, using that to their advantage. Here's Gordon, goes over the middle, catch is made at the hashes. And that's a good gain. That'll be enough for a first down and a little bit more. As, once again, Bodie Rodriguez hauls it in. Rodriguez has had a really nice day here today, Brooks.
Yeah, you're starting to see that chemistry between Gordon and Rodriguez.
Gordon takes another snap. It's a handoff. This goes up the gut to about the 28-yard line. That's where Cooper Reeves will plunge ahead to. I mean, you look at the top receiving options for this team, Brooks. Tate Gary last year had 11 catches for 171 yards and 1 touchdown. The next leading receiver on the team had 68 yards. They did not return much in the way of receiving talent for this year, but a lot of good guys. And now going on the ground on a stretch play. That'll get to the 25 as they hand that to Keaton Smith, who finds himself a solid gain. Gets it to 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Smith trying to stretch it. Ball was on the right hash, running that halfback stretch all the way back to the left and sprinting for a short gain.
It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Gordon trying to pick it up himself. And he is going to find his way to the 21-yard line. That should be enough for the first.
That's been a really reliable conversion there for Central in that 3rd and short. Just having Gordon follow the tight end and halfback and just kind of working an edge and then getting that conversion.
Gordon, a trusted guy in this offense, handed the keys for Salina Central, and he has done wonderful things here in each of the last 2 years. Right now it's Gordon getting the call in from Coach Sanbo over on the Central sideline. Play clock down to 7. Got to get this snapped. This should be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Gordon takes the snap. It is low, looking to the end zone. Firing over the middle. Little contact. Not enough for a whistle. He was targeting Bodie Rodriguez. It's incomplete. And with 3 seconds to go, there is time for one more play here in the 3rd.
Yeah, Gordon wanted to go to one of his favorites, Rodriguez, yet again. Trying to run a seam right up that right hash. Good coverage there by Landon Huffman, giving Gordon almost nowhere to drop that football.
2nd down and 10. See if Central tries to chip away at it or if they want to take another shot. They've got good options across the board here, and they will hand this off. It's a gain of 0 for Keaton Smith, and it brings us to the end of quarter number 3. We'll step away when we return. Salina Central looking to close out a Mayor's Cup victory. 35-13 our score here on the Salina Post Game of the Week, brought to you tonight by Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back into Salina Stadium. Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson as we get set for fourth quarter action. Want to remind you that Salina's coolest hangout spot is the Cellar on Santa Fe. Enjoy your favorite beverage in a relaxing atmosphere along with KU and K-State football on Saturday. Cellar in downtown Salina. Come and sip a while. Plenty of good college football games scheduled for this Saturday, including one a little ways up the road in Lynchburg, Kansas, where Kansas Wesleyan will be taking on Bethany College in another rivalry that stretches back quite a ways. Brooks, that game's been played, I believe, 114 times in its history.
Yeah, the Smoky Hill Showdown, one of Central Kansas's most historic football rivalries, will be there tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. down in Lynchburg. Tune in then.
This, of course, a historic rivalry as well, the 55th annual Mayor's Cup matchup, and it's a bad snap. Jack Gordon just has to land on it, and a late flag comes in from the sideline. It was 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. This is going to make it 4th and a whole lot more, and they may be tacking even more yardage onto this.
Yeah, high snap from Central center. Going to leave Gordon with no chance but to just slide on the football and keep it the possession.
It's the first real bad snap that Central's had today. It is a costly one, though, as they're no longer in anything even resembling field goal range. And, yeah, South is going to decline the holding call because the yardage that was lost on the snap is a whole lot more than the yardage they would have gotten from the penalty.
Easy decline.
So this sets up 4th down and half a mile to go. And, boy, I think South is going to give some of those yards right back as Gabe Wheelbarger came screaming in, I think trying to guess the snap count. Yep, that's encroachment. And some of those yards are going to be given back here to the Mustangs.
Yes, the duality of high school mistakes as they trade laundry for laundry here in week 1.
We'll give them 5 yards. It is still, for Salina Central, a 4th down and 22. The offense is on the field. It looks like the Mustangs are going to go for this.
Yes. South secondary giving Central all the room they want. They want to keep everything in front.
And here comes, I believe, the pooch punt for Jack Gordon. That'll be out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. And here comes the Salina South offense.
Nice coffin corner kick there by Gordon to pin the Cougars deep.
He has done quite a bit of that in his career. So as South comes back onto the field here, Brooks, they're not out of this game. Again, 35-13, you're down 3 scores. You've got a quarter left to play, but their last touchdown, their last score, in fact, came all the way back on the first drive of the second quarter. Since then, they've been held scoreless.
Yeah, and let's not remember that drive. Had a couple long balls, had some good runs, and the big man package to punch it in. We'll see how South can make their way all the way down the field and try to punch their ticket to keep this game alive.
They got a long way to go. They've had success when targeting Jackson Myers. Here, they will target Jackson Myers, who gets his way to the 20-yard line, navigating traffic for a gain of 7. By the way, coming up on the post-game show, we'll take a look around at other area scores, get you a full breakdown of this one, and set you up for the action coming your way later this weekend, and also what to expect across the Salina Post Sports Network next Friday. Again, we'll have 3 high school football games for you every single week all season long. Here's another deep shot. That is Myers. He had to come back to find it, but that's going to draw 2 flags, and it's going to be pass interference again against Salina Central, but it's because Myers had to come back to the ball. If Putnam hits him in stride, it's a touchdown, but the result's going to be a first down nonetheless.
Yeah, Myers had his man beat. Good route down there. Number 1 receiver on the bottom of the screen, working a little post route towards the hash. And it'll be a defensive pass interference. But again, going back to what you said earlier, Tyler, that high school pass interference, less of a defensive killer, because it is not from the spot of the foul like it is in college and the NFL.
A spot foul would have been a 30, maybe even a 35-yard penalty there. Instead, it's 15 and a free first for the Cougars, who have the ball at their own 35-yard line. Again, working our way through fourth quarter action. Back in the shotgun once again, it's Landon Putnam. 2 receivers off to the right-hand side. He'll fake the handoff. It's a 3-step drop now, rolling out to his right. Chased out of the pocket, has a wide-open Colton Erbel on the sideline. Catch made at the 50. That is where Landon Putnam will set up shop here. That's a great little play, good design, and a good comeback route run by Erbel.
Yeah, Erbel working from that comeback route. The second receiver out of that trip set. South loving that trip set tonight. And Erbel running some good routes. Oh, but unfortunately,
another penalty here. My goodness.
We almost missed it. It's been so commonplace.
So Salina South is going to back themselves up another 10 yards here. Like you said, the penalties just keep on tacking on to one another.
Yeah, what was South? They took away South took away its own touchdown earlier on a holding call. Another big chunk pass play there will be scratched away from yet another holding call on the Cougars.
And it's another 1st and 20. This is not the first time that South has found themselves in this situation. Snap back to Putnam and just throws it away. And that might be, I think Central's asking for intentional grounding here. There was not a receiver in the area. That's awfully close. But, I don't know that they're going to call that at this point and back them up even further. They might.
Yes, Mustangs just bringing the house on there.
There it is.
And after a discussion, yes, like you said, Putnam was in the tackle box. No man nearby, so it will be, or we assume it will be, still waiting for the call. But, intentional grounding, textbook.
Looks like it is, in fact, going to be an intentional grounding call. And that is going to make, it was 1st and 10, then it was 1st and 20. And now it is going to be 2nd and a whole long way to go. 2nd and 25. Oh, dear.
Yeah, South backed up all the way to Magnolia. They got to get to Crawford for the first down.
Putnam's done this before, although he is under pressure. They're trying to set up a screen, and I believe that was caught, but if it was, it's going backwards even further.
Yeah, Central just all over that. Read that screen like a book.
Well, they
Good
were
communication defensively, also recognizing the down and distance and the likelihood of a screen being called.
Yeah, they were on Magnolia. Now they're backed up into traffic, and they got to make sure that nobody's bringing their car across. 3rd down from the 12-yard line. They got to get it to the 35 to pick this up. Central looking like they want to pin their ears back. They're going to bring the house on a blitz. Pass over the middle. It's almost intercepted. He did not hold on.
Oh, and they're going to say he did.
Really?
Oh, we got a debate between 2 officials.
The official in front saw what I think I saw from up here. Again, they have a better view of it than I do.
Yeah, we had the line officials seeing it from the front, saw saw some turf beads fly up. The official from the back thought it was completed. They'll say incomplete. South now bringing out the punting crew.
So it is an incomplete pass, and once again, Salina Central going to get the ball back in their own territory unless South can really uncork one here. Punter standing back at his own goal line here for Salina South, and we've got, Brooks, another flag. This is getting out of hand. I don't know. The last time I saw this many penalties in a high school football game, it was Sandra Day O'Connor and Desert Ridge in Arizona. This might top that in terms of total raw penalties. That was 8 years ago.
And Tyler Henry just flexing his diversity of covering sports across America.
Just calling myself old, Brooks. Just calling myself old. Punter back in his own end zone, able to get it away. It's a short punt. It's going to take a hop, a skip, and a bounce and roll to the 40-yard line. That is where South will let that roll out of bounds. Central will take over in Cougar territory with 9:51 to go and a 35-13 lead. You'd have to think one more score would put this game on ice.
Yeah, you certainly would. Cougars needing a big stop, a defensive turnover, a defensive touchdown could bring to life the Cougar team. But we'll see here if the Mustangs can put the nail in the coffin and put some more points on the board to just further the gap.
First down and 10 from the 40. Central back to work. Gordon back in the shotgun. He's got Cooper Reeves for company. Here's the give to Reeves up the left side, looking for a lane. He is going to break through another tackle, still on his feet. The big man moving down and brought down at the 15. And another flag will fly.
Yeah, I think this might be a face mask, Tyler. A lot of hands are wrapped around the ball carrier. One certainly could have got a grip of that face mask. A good hard run. You can just kind of see the gap here forming in this fourth quarter as Central running with confidence. South a little frustrated. Less heavy pursuit there on the ball carrier. He's able to keep turning down the field.
And yep, that's going to add even more yardage. So it will be it was a first down anyway. That was a heck of a run for Cooper Reeves. And it's going to give Central a first down and goal from the Cougar 8-yard line. Gordon still in at quarterback. He's got Cooper Reeves, who just took that big carry. They're going to give it to Reeves once again off the right side. And a flag. Brooks Garrettson. It's a false start on the Mustangs. I just want to know the total number of penalties for the two sides combined and the total penalty yardage. It is
it's alarmingly high, folks.
Even for a week 1 rivalry game, this might be the single most penalized game of football I've ever called. I mean, this is off the charts. It'll set up first and goal here for Central. After the 5-yard penalty, they've got it from the 14. Here's the give. That's Reeves up the middle to the 10, maybe to the 12. And it'll bring up second and goal here for Central.
Yeah, Central just trying to keep it simple, not give the Cougars a chance to get a takeaway. Staying on the ground here throughout this series and sticking in the 11-man personnel, just kind of following that tight end. That's Tyrus Young in a tight end for Central.
Reeves is a 205-pound junior. He's got 35 pounds on his counterpart in Keaton Smith. They'll fake the handoff to him now. They want to go to the back corner on the fade, looking for Gary. It's incomplete. Central fans starting to groan a little bit. Gary helped to his feet there by the Cougar defender, Landon Huffman. And it's now third and goal here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Gordon tried to hit him with the pump fake again. Good adjustment by South secondary, not biting. Also knowing where they're at. Never want to bite on something that close to the goal line.
So it will be 3rd and goal now from the 12. One more chance for Gordon and company to punch this in. Looking for a 5th straight unanswered touchdown. They're going to go off to the right side and on an island by his lonesome. It's the big tight end, Tyrus Young, who hauls it in. Central with their 5th straight score of the day, and that should be the dagger. It looks like the Mustangs are going to walk out of town with another consecutive Mayor's Cup victory.
Yeah, just a fantastic play call there out of Central. And another great use of Jack Gordon's eyes throwing off the defense. Looking left, pumping left, and then a slow leak from Young just leaking over to the right side. All by his lonesome, gets to stroll into the end zone for a big man touchdown.
PAT is good. Central leads 42-13 after trailing 13-7. Back with more fourth quarter action when we return. It's our Salina Regional Game of the Week, and it's brought to you tonight by our friends at Kelly Kitchener Shelter Insurance.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Back here on the Game of the Week presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine and our friends at Conklin Cars in Salina. Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson. Brooks, it feels like the final 8 minutes or so of this contest, more or less just a formality. You feel like if Central can tighten up some of these penalty issues they've had in this game, this team has the potential to be really good again this year.
You certainly do, Tyler. I mean, just a fantastic showing on the scoreboard without knowing what happened. But then you take a look at what happened and you realize how many self-inflicting wounds the Mustangs put on themselves. And they're still strides away from the Cougars. You hope that these young men learned from tonight despite the big victory.
It's another muffed return there for Salina South. I will say, for the miscues, for the penalties, for some of the issues that South has had, I have been impressed with what I've seen out of the Cougars. You got to remember, this is a Central team that has not lost more than 3 games since 2020. They've had 3 straight seasons where they have been a legitimate threat in the postseason. I don't see South having a season like the one they had the last couple of years. I think this Cougar team is going to surprise some folks this year.
Certainly so. Cougars just coming out with a new attitude this season. We saw a lot of good things in the first half. And throughout the game, just need to capitalize on a few mistakes that the Mustangs made to keep themselves in this ball game.
Cougars looking for a late score here, trying to make this game a little more respectable in the score column, and it's another big tackle for the Salina Central defense behind the line of scrimmage. Give the credit that time to Grayton Gross, the junior linebacker, checking in at 200 pounds.
Yeah, good speed from Gross there, tracking down the ball carrier. Showing that work over the summertime and that ability to get from the hash to the numbers and just take away the edge.
Sets up 2nd down and 12. That's been kind of the issue here in the second half for the Cougars. They have been behind the sticks quite a bit on 2nd and 3rd down. See if they want to go to the air here. Putnam's got 3 receivers to the right-hand side. He'll take a 2-step drop. Does want to air one out deep. Central, though, has a defender. It's a jump ball, and it comes down to the Mustangs. It's a big boy interception on a jump ball for Salina Central, and able to come down with the pick at the top of it was Jeremiah Smith back in the Mustang secondary.
Yeah, Putnam just having to get this ball away quickly, rolls the dice, knowing that his team's back's on the wall. Good pressure from the inside. And, yeah, like you said, Central secondary able to come up with the jump ball.
So Smith comes down with it. Central puts the offense back on the field. And it looks like Central has gone to a new quarterback here. Get an update on that here in just a moment. It's a Wildcat look, bouncing this to the outside. There is a flag. Tripped up now across the 20, stepping out of bounds there. Cooper Reeves, the running back, got the handoff there. In at quarterback right now is Griffin Hall, the sophomore. But a hold is going to back him up. I think we've run out of voice lines to describe penalties in this game. It is what it is at this point. I mean,
it certainly is. And the biggest improvements or lack thereof in a football season is the jump from week 1 to week 2. So we'll see how these teams adjust, this following week at practice and the coaching tips they take from their coaches in film session and how it translates to practice into next Friday night.
I think both coaches going to have some schadenfreude about the penalty numbers in this one. Here's a screen play. Catch made there at the 50. Plenty of running room across the 40. Looking for one more seam to the sideline. Up to the 30. Cutting it back inside to the 20. Now to the 10. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Salina Central. It's a booming TD on the ground. Cooper Reeves gets it off the screen. The yards after the catch. And the junior barrels his way in for 6.
Yeah, Reeves showing that patience, letting his blocks develop, and then turning on the gas and making a man miss. Waltzes his way into the end zone and puts up another 6 points for the Stangs.
Salina Central really rubbing it in now as Reeves barrels in from 46. Kick is on the way. The extra point is good. And the Central lead is now 49-13 with 7:10 left to go. We'll step away when we come back. It's the finale of the fourth quarter. Central up big here in the Mayor's Cup matchup on Salina Post.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on Salina Post. Coverage of tonight's game brought to you by the Salina branch of Conklin Cars. Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson, and a monstrous 49-13 lead for Central after the 46-yard touchdown run for Cooper Reeves.
Crafty run there by Reeves off of the screen. Him showing his playmaking abilities here late in this ball game.
Reeves, I think, has really shown some good things in this game. And again, he has about 35 pounds on Keaton Smith, the primary running back. I mean, that could be a fun little thunder and lightning duo if the two of them tandem this backfield. Kickoff is going to be fielded at the 9-yard line. Looking for some space, cutting it back to the middle of the field. And tackled at the 22-yard line is Armani Redmond. And the Salina South offense will come back out and take a look at this one here. Again, coming up on the post-game report, we'll have other scores from around the area as we've already got some finals trickling in. Try to keep you up to date on some of those as we get them. Southeast of Saline gets the win over Minneapolis 64-14 in week 1.
Oof. Trojans piling it on late.
That is a big win for SES. Got another NCAA score to pass your way. Ellsworth knocks off Sacred Heart 39-16. This game extended a bit by penalties. It's a handoff And it's another gain of 0 for the Salina South run game. Boy, they've been trying to establish that run all night long. There is simply nothing there to work with.
Yeah, Central's scheme and bodies just outdoing the South offense in terms of the game being played on the ground. Just denying any sort of run game to develop.
So Salina South looking to roll this here with 6:24 to go. Looking at 2nd down and 12. Back in the shotgun set. Putnam takes the snap. He'll fake the handoff. Wants to run this up the middle himself. And again, just no room to speak of on the ground. It's another big stop there for the Central defense.
And again, South faced with another tough play call here in 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 this time. As now Jackson Myers back into the ball game. You wonder if it's another 3rd and Myers here for the Cougars.
Certainly could be. We'll see if they do, in fact, want to go to the air. You'd imagine they might take a shot here as they have so many times. Myers has been the primary culprit on plays like that, and here he is. Myers streaking down the sideline, goes up. Did he come down with that? Oh, my goodness. Jackson Myers just went up and mossed a Salina Central defender who, by the way, the safety on that play was ready for that exact deep ball, and Myers just did not seem bothered at all.
Yeah, Myers just going up and high pointing it, taking the ball clean out of the air. Probably at around 9.5, 10 feet. Myers just showing off that vertical late here in the ball game. And that's jumping with shoulder pads on, Tyler, after playing 3.5 quarters of football.
That is absolutely ridiculous that he was able to go up and get that at all, and comes down with the football. Here's a handoff up the middle. This is the biggest hole we've seen, up to the 34-yard line, barreling ahead. Salina South starting to get a little something cooking in the run game with a bit of a power back set. That time Rowan Riddick, the 210-pound linebacker turned running back on the rush.
Yeah, Riddick using that size in the legs and rear. Get going, running directly north up that hash. Nice little gash run there for a 1st down.
South looking for another touchdown here. Again, their last score came on their first possession of the 2nd quarter. 4:36 left to go. Central's got the game in hand. South looking to establish a little momentum. They try to give it again to Riddick, and this time there is simply no space to speak of.
Yeah, Central bringing 5 there, showing it all the way. South just no answer as they could not get a hat across to pick up those blitzers.
That'll back them up here to 2nd down and 14. Again, this has been really the biggest problem in the really, Brooks, to me in the whole game, it's been these 2nd and very long scenarios that South has found themselves in.
They certainly have, and it makes it hard on your playbook when you find yourself in those positions.
They will go with a toss to the outside. They'll get some of that yardage back up to about the 34. Again, continuing to pound the rock with Rowan Riddick. And it's enough to get them back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe another yard there, calling 3rd and 9 for Salina South.
Keep an eye on Myers up there on the top of the screen. Number 4, that number 1 receiver for South. Call it 3rd and Myers, if I had to guess.
Likely would. That worked out for him the last time they targeted him. Matter of fact, more often than not, when they've gone to Myers, they've come up with something really special. Myers is in the slot on the right side. Keep an eye on him right at the hashes. Here is a look his way instead. Ooh, boy. Well, not quite what South was looking for, and on 4th and 10, I would imagine we'll see the punt unit come on unless, well, at this point, they might just let him go for it, as they have on some of these recent plays.
Yeah, Putnam trying to deliver one to Myers, but about 5 yards short. Myers catching it off the bounce.
Got finals coming in from around our area. It's a good week for our area schools. Just as a reminder, we cover 11 local high schools on Salina. Postseason previews for all 11 teams drop this week. We'll be covering 3 games on the broadcast side every week, including the Mayor's Cup matchup here in week 1, where Landon Putnam wants to go for this on 4th down and 10. Putnam rolling out to his right, stepping up, finds the line of scrimmage, and he is dropped. The ball comes out. Either way, Central's going to take over. The difference is going to be a matter of about 3 yards and whether or not Putnam gets credit for his first turnover of the season. And he is going to. It's going to be ruled a fumble taken over by the Mustangs, who will have 2:46 remaining in a game they've had wrapped up since early in the 4th quarter. While the new offense comes onto the field for Central, I want to remind you that coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Salina Regional Health Center. They are hiring. See all their open positions and start your new career today by visiting Salina Regional at srhc.com. Central brings the offense onto the field for one last drive, and it is the backup quarterback who is in once again, Griffin Hall, the sophomore. He'll take it. It's a handoff here up the gut. That'll go for a gain of 1, maybe 2. For the back in the game, that's Cooper Reeves once again here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Mustangs out in a 10 personnel, 4 receivers on the field. But you assume they'll keep it on the ground here, Tyler, just to keep possession of the ball and wrap this ball game up here as 2:22 clicks away on the clock.
Yeah, no sense in risking anything here. Of course, the second stringers, most of them on the field right now for Central. Here's a bounce to the outside, looking for more room. That is Reeves navigating traffic to about the 45-yard line. And now you've got a South player shoving a Central coach. A late flag comes in. Now all the flags are on the field, Brooks.
Tyler.
I don't understand what you're doing there. Central telling their guys to get back to the bench. We have had at least 9, maybe 10 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in this game. You can't do it to the players on the other team. You sure as heck can't do it to a coach.
Yeah, certainly not. I mean, gosh, and this isn't what we want to see out of this game. We want a competitive game, and we love the passion that a rivalry can bring, but we got to stay within ourselves, and we need to make good choices as athletes and just as human beings.
It's also 49-13 with under 3 minutes left to go in a game that, again, has been decided since really the end of the 3rd quarter. So they are going to tag that to Jalen Cheeks, the junior, and I'll tell you what, I know there's not much time left in this game. Jalen Cheeks is very lucky to not have gotten ejected.
Yeah, just an unnecessary mistake. We've seen plenty of those made by young men on both sides of the field tonight.
And all part of the learning experience. The beat goes on.
Certainly so.
It's 1st down and 10. These are just kids after all at the end of the day, but something you want to see tightened up if you want to see your program take a step forward. That can be said for both teams. Here's a good run up the right side. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. I have been really impressed with the speed we've seen out of Griffin Hall, the sophomore backup quarterback. He has really had some good runs already here late in this game.
Yeah, Hall looking comfortable back there. Good read, finding the hole, and putting his cleats in the turf and turning upfield.
Final minute and 58 seconds. Salina Central might be thinking about one more score. Again, they have dominated this rivalry here as of late. They've won each of the last 3 meetings between these two. And, boy, this means a whole lot for these seniors. We talked to Coach Sandbo. It's been a long time since Central or South won this cup 4 straight years. And it's looking like there's going to be a class at Central that does not know what that trophy case looks like empty, as we've got another penalty flag down here. And delay of game on Salina Central. Last year, it was 53-28 Mustangs. That was in week 1. Back in week 1 of 2022, it was 52-28. And in 2021, the year that kicked off this run for Salina Central, it was 49-14. Another lopsided affair here tonight as the Stangs lead it 49-13.
And another dead ball whistle as Central did not have all of their players set.
I want to see the final flag numbers. It's entertaining if nothing else at this point.
Yeah, and it's and something that we all need to remember is that, like you said, Tyler, these are high school guys. They're just kids. They're all learning the game out there, and they all got a lot to learn.
Another chance up the middle, another big gain, back to the original line of scrimmage and then some. And another good run for Griffin Hall as the clock ticks down inside the final minute of this contest. Central going to continue to run some clock here, swapping out linemen, as they will bring Ryan Callahan into the game. Callahan stepping in to play right tackle. Griffin Hall back in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's a pump fake, now trying to elude, breaks one tackle, gets to the sideline, stayed in bounds to get to the 35. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
Shifty move by Hall back there in the backfield, making a man miss. Taking off to gain a couple.
Just a heads up as to what you can expect from us next week. We'll have another game of the week coming your way, and it's the battle for Dickinson County, keeping it with good rivalry games. Abilene will play host to Chapman. Boy, that should be a fun one. The Abilene Cowboys went down to a very good Clay Center team tonight. Chapman pulled out a surprise win over Smith Center in a good defensive duel. Should set up a fun Week 2 matchup. We'll have coverage of that one for you right here on Salina Post. Here's a handoff, bouncing this to the outside. There is plenty of room. Now to the 10, inside the 5 to the end zone. And Salina Central is going to get one more touchdown to really drive it home. Running it in from the outside. It was a good, elusive run, and it's going to be punched in by another sophomore in Alex Garcia to wrap this game up.
Yeah, Garcia crossing the end zone with just 12 seconds left here to go in the ball game. Nice run from the youngster.
Garcia into the end zone. Central looking for point number 56 here in this Mayor's Cup rivalry matchup. Fittingly, Brooks, right now, 1 point for every year this game has been played.
How about that?
They'd miss the extra point if they really wanted to honor it. The kick is up, and the kick is no good.
Oh.
Well, there you go. 55 years of the Mayor's Cup rivalry, and Salina Central with 55 points, courtesy of the missed PAT. We'll step away, back with the final kickoff and perhaps the final play when we return. It's the game of the week here on Salina Post. It's brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Welcome back into Salina Stadium. Time for one more kickoff, perhaps one or two more plays. And the Mustangs really just putting the cherry on top. It's going to be an emphatic start to their season. Keep in mind, South led this game 13-7. Since then, it's been all Mustangs, as it is now, again, 55-13 with 12 seconds to go.
Yeah, but was a really competitive first half. First quarter and a half. Just kind of got away from the Cougars as Central got more into stride and kept rolling.
So the final kickoff of the day going to go out of bounds. And, well, hey, one more flag for the road, Brooks. Why not?
It would feel it wouldn't feel right to not have one.
Of course not.
But like we said, week 1 of high school football, a lot of kids out here, they're all learning the game, and they're all about to learn what not to do. I'm sure come Monday at practice, perhaps sooner. But nonetheless, tons of takeaways, positive and not positive, for both teams to build on to week 2. And what will be 2 competitive football teams. A lot of good stuff out of South, despite the steep score we look at the end here tonight.
Yeah, no, I will say for South, I was really impressed with the fight they put up in the first half. For Central, all the pieces seem to be there for them to be as good as they have been. And for Salina South, the white flag is waved as they will take a knee, and that will bring this game to its conclusion. It's a 4th straight victory in the Mayor's Cup for Salina Central. This class of seniors knowing nothing but victories over Salina South, and they do it in style. Your final from Salina Stadium, Mustangs 55, Cougars 13. We'll step away. When we come back, it's the postgame show. We'll take a look at other scores on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard and get you a look at what's coming up next for us, both tomorrow in the world of college football and also next week on our Salina Post Sports Network broadcast. But for right now, we'll step away. When we come back, again, more high school football. Tonight's game brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and by our good friends down at the Salina branch of Conklin Cars.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment, upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website, and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Welcome back in one final time here to Salina Stadium. Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson to put the finishing touches on a 55-13 victory for Salina Central, their 4th straight win here in the Mayor's Cup and their 4th straight victory over the Cougars of Salina South. Take a look at how this game unfolded again. Remember, it was South who got on the scoreboard first. It was a 27-yard touchdown pass from Putnam to Jackson Myers. Salina Central came right back. They punched it in with a touchdown on the ground for Jack Gordon. And then South came back, and it looked like they were really going to make this a contest after they got a touchdown run of their own from from Andaris from the outside. From that point, though, the scoring was all Salina Central. It started with a 46-yard touchdown pass from Gordon down the field to White. Then they followed that up with a touchdown pass to Noah Peck. That took a 21-13 lead into halftime. And then on the other side of the break, the scoring continued as Gordon found Bodie Rodriguez for the first score to make it a 28-13 game. And then Owings ran it in from 5 yards out for Central to make it a 35-13 game. 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, touchdown pass to Tyrus Young, touchdown run by Cooper Reeves, and a touchdown run by Alex Garcia gets you a final score of 55-13. One last check of our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Good week for our area team. Southeast of Saline rolls Minneapolis. They get that win 64-14, running clock in week 1. Down in Gypsum. Elsewhere, Abilene did fall to Clay Center. Your final score in that game, 34-7, the way of the Clay Center Tigers. Abilene will take on Chapman next week. That's a Chapman team that knocked off Smith Center 10-8 in a true defensive duel. And then another all-area showdown. Ellsworth defeated Sacred Heart tonight. Your final score in that one, 36-8. Final score from our area, El Saline falls to Hanover, 34-16. Just a reminder, again, high school coverage continues all week long. It continues all season long, and we'll have 3 more great broadcasts coming your way next week. Catch the games for Southeast of Salina for Sacred Heart. And, of course, we'll be back with another game of the week as the Abilene Cowboys play host to the Chapman Fighting Irish. It's the battle for Dickinson County, the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi. We'll have coverage of that one coming your way with pregame starting at 6:40 next Friday night in Abilene. And don't forget, if you want to catch Kansas Wesleyan and their duel with Bethany, speaking of old school rivalries, the 115th year of the Sunflower Showdown. We'll have that one for you tomorrow morning on KINA. Tune in on 9:10 a.m. or 104.5 FM. Brooks Garrettson and myself will be back, and Brooks should be a good one. A good one tomorrow morning as K-Dub and Bethany both looking for a big win to get back to 500.
Yeah, it certainly will. Both teams looking to cash in their first win of the season as Kansas Wesleyan will travel down south to Little Swedeville, Lindsborg, USA, to take on the Bethany Swedes. It'll be a good one, and it's a classic one. You'll have to catch us then bright and early in the morning, 11 a.m. kickoff. Catch me and Tyler Henry, and we'll see you then.
Yes, sir. Well, that'll just about do it for us. But before we go, I wanted to say one last special thank you to Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance and to the Conklin Cars branch here in Salina, Kansas for their sponsorship and coverage of today's game. Again, looking forward to bringing you coverage of high school football all season long. But that'll about wrap it up for us one last time. For Tyler Henry and for Brooks Garrettson, this has been the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Salina Central gets the win 55-13. The final score in Week 1, the Mayor's Cup matchup. We'll be back with another Game of the Week again in Abilene coming your way next Friday. But until then, that'll wrap it up for us here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
This has been a presentation of your Game of the Week, presented by Eagle Communications and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.